Welcome to the ranch. Thank you all so much for coming in here. So glad to see everybody. Yes, you can see it's just me. That's right. Jesse knows what I'm talking about. I get to talk all night, all by myself. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can stop me. I won't be able to say whatever I want. This is going to be great. Tonight is going to be an excellent, excellent night. Make sure you give us a thumbs up already if you're just joining us. And if you've already been sitting in here, thank you for coming back. So give us that thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me okay, a 5x5, a something. Make sure that I am seeing you and that you can see me and hear me clearly. I think everything's all right. We'll start out by saying hello to Nicole Smith Gardening. What's going on? So glad you're in here. The beautiful Miss Alicia. Oh, well, I guess I don't get to say whatever I want now.
You can.
That was short-lived. Beautiful Alicia over at Country Mama Musings. Thank you so much for coming in. Gwen with Broke Cowgirl. Thank you so much for coming in. Emma Bland, the lovely, lovely Emma Bland, is up in here. Thank you so much. Jesse and Lisa, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa is in here.
I saw them earlier today.
Good evening. Good evening.
In a live.
Let's see. Is anybody else in here? Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Can everybody hear me okay? Let's see. I've not seen any thumbs up yet, so I hope everybody can hear me. They're not just listening to me ramble on in here.
Hey, everybody.
Here, we can turn this a little bit.
So I don't know. I don't want to like share people's business, but I feel like she was such a staple in all this in the community too. But I didn't tell you the other night. I found out that Miss Margie Peden, Peden, she would always be on here, and she come in. She passed away this past week. Yeah, she passed away. I was friends with her on Facebook, and I saw something that Lisa posted, and then I saw something, and so. My heart I've been praying for her family this past couple of days. Then I saw that, and it's just so sad because she was such a huge, she would always be on here, but on Facebook, she would always like comment on our stuff, and she would send private messages every now and then and be like, hey, I hope you guys are well. And she was a sweet lady. So, if you would pray for her family and just keep her family and her people in your prayers that way as they kind of, mourn the loss of Miss Margie. She was so sweet. She was like the sweetest lady. So anyway, if you could just keep her family in your prayers because, it's so sad. Yes, isn't she such a sweet lady, Roberta? I know. And I saw that, I didn't get a chance to post anything. I just, I saw it the other night. I was just laying in bed and I was like, oh my gosh. And, this week has just kind of passed by me so fast. And poor Eric, I forgot to tell him the other day when I said something. I guess she passed away earlier this week. And so anyway, yeah.
Wow.
It just makes you think about how fast you get to know people. And, even in this community, we've never met in person, but there are so many people we become friends with. And it's just so sad to think that, you can lose people that fast. So, yeah.
Life is truly, truly
fleeting,
fragile.
Yeah.
Even though when we feel strong or our bodies are able to fight things that you don't necessarily feel like maybe you can win that battle sometimes, but it just shows that God's got a perfect time and a perfect
well, I have to move this camera for a second because I don't want anybody to see that thing behind me.
I don't think anybody can see.
Shower. You could see it behind me, like right there.
Nobody can see that. Nobody's even going to remotely pick that up.
I don't want that to be seen.
Anyway.
Hey, Miss Denise, how are you? Hey, Where to Begin Homestead, how are you? And I agree, Alicia, what a beautiful legacy.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry if I say anything else.
Do you remember, the other day I was going through, this is kind of fun activity sometimes, but if you go back to some of the first videos that you created and you see the people who've been with you from the beginning, and then you see some people who were there and aren't around anymore, whether...
Oh, like Granny Moreno?
That's exactly who I ran across.
Oh my gosh. Don't even, I gotta cry.
That lady, I'm going to tell you something.
She's amazing.
She commented a time or two and it made me go, because she was just so positive, and I went over to her channel.
Yes.
And so her channel is still up, by the way.
It is. And you can go and listen to her. I've done it a couple times.
Yeah. Don't be getting all emotional up in here.
I know.
You're off screen. Nobody can see you.
I know. That's okay. I'm going to stay off screen for a second.
Texas Carnivore is up in here. What's going on, Dad? I don't know why I started giggling when I saw Dad's name pop up. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what? That's one of the greatest things about doing these videos. I think that
videos or the lives?
The-
Because you
the
can catch
videos.
me.
no, the videos, because you do get to go back and look, you know, the growth in your farm, your ranch, whatever your channel may be pertaining to. And even if you're just doing it just for fun and you're not trying to hit 1,000 subs or hit the 4,000 hour mark or whatever it may be, just to be able to go back and see some of the videos of your family, the growth, you know, physically, the kids that are growing up.
Yeah.
It's amazing how I don't feel like I've even aged since we started.
Oh, you're so sweet.
No,
aged.
Me, I haven't aged.
Yeah, okay. In 2 years.
You think I aged?
I think we all age.
Not by number. I want you to be honest with me and just give it to me straight.
I think we all age.
No, that's not giving it to me straight.
Hi, Jake. How are you?
You're definitely beating around the bush.
Mm-hmm.
He said, mm-hmm.
How you doing today, Jake?
Anyway, yeah. And speaking of Jake, I actually got on a run here with Nunya, Texas on the back 20 here recently. I don't even know how.
You start going through all his videos.
It just all of a sudden hit my
your feed.
My feed.
Oh my gosh.
I've been watching stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, when did he do this?
It's like 3 years ago.
No,
years ago.
it was last year. But I was like,
day in paradise.
how did I miss this?
I know. Some of the stuff, that's why you have to go back and watch the one where he cans bacon.
I was watching the one where he was freezing all of his hot peppers for cowboy candy.
Oh,
yeah.
His devil peppers. Because you know he'd be growing them right down, like the pit of hell opens up and his peppers grow right from that soil.
Well,
so that he can like kill all his enemies.
I think he opened up the Ziploc bag and you just saw steam.
Fire.
Out.
It comes right out of the freezer on fire still.
Yeah.
Hey, Two Doves, Bees and Gardens. How are you? So I was talking about you today, Sarah. Look, he's laughing.
Do you have it? Where's the mouse?
Oh, I don't know where the mouse is. Is this it? Is this the mouse? No, it's not it. I don't know. It's in the other
Oh,
room,
maybe it is. Huh?
No, it's not. Is it?
Oh.
No, it's not. Okay, so we can go get it in a second. So I was talking about Sarah today, and because I up-potted, I basically took I grew like 6 varieties of basil. And my lemon basil came up faster than my lime basil. I have little teeny tiny lime basil sprouts, but my lemon basil came up, and I must have had like 8 little sprouts, and I put them in a big pot, and I've got them in one pot, so I'm gonna have to probably separate them again, but I'm so excited because I'm trying to get them big so that I have them, and I put them by our door, and I showed Eric as he was walking into the house today. I was like, hey, you look right here. I was like, this is the stuff that and I didn't say Sarah, I just said she. This is the stuff that she grew for tea. And he was like, what's stuff that who grew? And I'm like, look.
Oh, you didn't say tea. You said this is the stuff she grew. I'm like,
and then I had to re-explain. I was like, when she made the herbal tea, basil tea, and he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, this is it right here. This is the lemon basil. I was very excited. So I have lime basil, lemon basil, sweet something basil, Italian basil, cinnamon basil, and there's another basil. I've got a lot of basils. I'm so excited. Some of them smell stinky, so I probably won't do anything with them, but I'm very excited about my lemon and my lime basil. So yeah. Oh, anyway, sorry. I'm gonna post some stuff. Thank you, Jesse, for doing that. I was getting ready to start doing that too. I just get behind because I get all excited about stuff. Anyway, I was excited about the basil.
No, that's good. That's good. What's up, Mama? Or should I say mother? Mom loves when I call her mother.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think
you don't think so?
No. Holy basil. I don't know if I have holy basil.
Is that like an actual
Hey Jeannie? Yes,
variety of it? Or is she like turning into
basil.
like Batman 66?
Holy basil. No, it's holy basil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Miss Doris is up in here. What's
Jeannie
going
Lipsky,
on?
Miss Doris. Everybody. No, she doesn't like it, Eric. Why are you so quiet?
I was reading that. Let's see. Oh, my finger doesn't work.
Caleb's in here. Actually, as himself.
Pastor
tonight.
Eric and Monica, me under their wing and saved me.
Mm.
Oh, that's
the Lord saved you.
That's all the Lord.
Yep. but that's cool.
That's all Lord.
Don't worry about the meal.
Mom does not like being called
So
mother.
Jessie.
Which I don't know why. Lemon basil tea. You'll have to try them all. Okay. I think that maybe she should make them and just bring them over and let me sample them.
Well, I've been trying to I'm going to try to get over there and see her because she lives close enough to the kid's doctor that we can stop over there. But I just realized I have a doctor's appointment on Monday, but I'm not taking everybody. So I don't know if I'll be able to stop in there this time, but I'm going to stop in there.
Well, you can do it like you do Troy and just stand them up.
Well, no, Troy called them. My kids got sick. They got sick, Eric. You're giving me a hard time. They got sick.
Okay. Let's see. Don't worry about the mule, Monica. You just load the wagon. There you go. Take that. Let's see. Some other folks saying hello. All right. Very good. So what everybody get for dinner tonight? And you know what? Before we even get to that, so we have, and I don't know if she's lurking about because I found out that the young lady I work with doesn't always check in, but sometimes she's just lurking in the background.
I like to lurk.
And she doesn't like to put her name out there because she doesn't like for me to bring attention to her. So maybe she's out there. I don't know. But I
We
thought
could call her TS.
Everybody knows who that is, though.
Oh, okay. We won't do that.
Anyway, so
Italian basil, opal basil, lemon basil, and holy basil.
Tomorrow is her last day. She's going to be moving on.
That's right. I remember you telling me.
So she found,
because you threw a party here that night. We were celebrating, weren't we? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, we were glad. I was like, finally, we're getting rid of that old girl.
She's
Get her
gone.
out of here.
No, I'm just teasing.
Yes.
I hate that you were sick. Look, Jesse's been sick. Jesse and Lisa have been sick. I hate that so much.
Well, we actually just had that hit the house today.
Yeah, Abigail went down. She threw up at work. She came blowing in here, and I was like, why are you home? Are you okay? And just tears. You could see it. She was like, I threw up at work. I don't feel good. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. So she threw up a few times. I've been just like drilling her with liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So
meatball subs are delish, by the way.
Yes. Grilled cheeses and tomato soup. Grilled cheeses. Good stuff right there.
That's a funny story.
Your mom said she had eggs, by the way.
Abigail actually, when she was young, used to think it was girl cheese.
Grilled cheese. Only girls could have grilled cheese.
That's
not
right.
Boys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, we actually tonight I got me some eggs.
Eggs and bacon.
Bacon.
And some
sausage. Everything right here. Grown on the farm, which is awesome. That makes you feel good, even if it doesn't taste good. It makes it taste good all of a sudden.
Well, you had cheese on yours, so you wrecked it with everything grown here on the farm. I didn't make the cheese on the farm. But the kids ate everything that was raised here on the farm.
It's delicious.
Thanks. We had all our tests done, and we don't have corona, and we're not pregnant. So, whew, good job. I'm really proud of you guys. I'm glad you guys are on the mend, though. You did sound a little stuffily today. I felt like you were a little stuffily on the video when I was listening to you. He was live with Scott today. Remember I was telling you?
Is that a new word?
No, it's like snuffleupagus, a little stuffily. Like your nose feels a little stuffily. Like you sound like.
Well, first of all, it's snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus. Yeah. But no, he was like a little stuffleupagus. He was a little stuffy. He just sounded a little stuffy. So I was wondering about that. I have not been on YouTube as much as I need to be on YouTube. Breakfast
Miss
and dinner
Doris
is my
has
favorite.
got it going on.
Brenner, yep.
Let me tell you something.
Grilled cheese. Yes, you could say that, Janice.
You can make breakfast any time of the day or night. It doesn't matter. I will eat it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like SOS. When it's gravy and biscuits, homemade biscuits. Oh, I'm getting into the Bubba Gump thing again.
Oh, wait. Roberta said onion pancakes with bacon gravy and bacon. Yummy. I found that recipe on Street Food and made it and love it. Oh, I wonder how that would be.
Pancakes?
Onion pancakes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not
interesting. They look it up.
I'm not opposed to trying new things.
Pot roast, mashed potatoes, and carrots.
You can't go wrong with meat and potatoes. Come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that and can some up next time I make it because I like to can it for leftovers. So good.
Bacon, eggs, toast, hash browns, crispy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have hash browns in there. Doggone it. I was gonna make hash browns for the kids tonight. Oh man.
Love me some hash browns.
I was gonna make hash browns for the people.
I gotta be careful. I can't say hash.
I was gonna put them in the deep fryer.
I hit a pause too quickly there.
Hash browns?
It's gotta be hash browns. It can't be hash.
Why?
Anyway.
Why?
Okay. It's like a drug or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cowboy candy inside. No cowboy candy in. Not from you. That's like death candy. It's
Yeah, no death candy from Jake.
death candy from Jake. It's so hot. He needs to make like baby cowboy candy for us. That's what he would have to make it with his. I bet you Jake's non-spicy peppers are still hot. Like that's our normal level heat.
I bet you Jake actually doesn't even really have a stomach.
He just goes right through.
It's all burned away.
No, he's got a steel stomach. It's like a lead stomach.
Maybe he had like a surgery. He was like, look, just give me a stainless steel gut.
Next time you make pancakes, drop the bacon in the batter while it's cooking. So good. We have a video on that actually. Bacon pancakes. Hey Nancy, how are you at our treasured home? Yeah, we actually have jalapenos. Yeah, I bet your jalapenos, Jake, are actually hot peppers. They're just like normal heat. That's our regular hot peppers.
Yeah, Jake went too far. On the video, he had about like 10 feet worth of Ziploc bags.
Oh my
and
gosh.
He was like, these are habaneros. This is some ghost peppers.
Is that your Jake voice?
Yeah, it's hard to do his voice.
He's got a good twang too.
Let me see. Jalapeno. We got some cayenne peppers. We got some ghost peppers. We got some scorpion peppers. And then he was like, these aren't even all the peppers. We got more peppers.
He's taking the scorpion ones and throwing them in his mouth. He's like, that's not bad.
No, and his tagline, by the way, whenever he finishes is, be safe out there.
That's because somebody's got hot peppers.
Yeah, he's warning people. He's warning every person, especially those who made it to his house.
Hey Gwen, how are you? Made it along with my jalapeno grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Oh, that sounds good. We like grilled cheese stuff. Like we like grilled egg and cheese. We like grilled ham and cheese. We like grilled turkey and cheese.
You know what I want to do? I want
like grilled cheese.
If we ever meet up with Gwen, I want to make her food. Has she ever eaten a food that was made for her? I'm wondering.
She probably makes it for everybody all the time. I was watching her video. She did a container video recently. I can't remember when it was. I just watched it like last week. Anyway, or this week. I don't even know what day I watched it. But anyway, she did the video where she was putting stuff in. She was putting peppers, I believe it was peppers, in a pot. And when I say a pot, I mean like a toilet. I'm going to go get the video. It's so funny.
You did what?
She's sitting. It's an old toilet. She's sitting on the pot at part of the video. She's sitting on the pepper pot. Well, it's not really pepper pot at that point. She's sitting on the toilet. It was so funny. Yeah, Reapers right there. She's sitting on the toilet. It is so funny. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
I don't know. No, I don't know that Jake had any Shishito peppers, or did he? I can't remember. He had some.
No, it was Shishitos that she put in there. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That's what she was putting in her.
Are those hot? I don't even know what those are.
It was 7 days ago. It was her container gardening. I'm going to get it. It's so funny because she's sitting on the toilet when she was talking and doing the video at one point. It was so singing funny. She's like, at least I got clothes on.
That's what she said?
In the video, at one point, she's like, at least I got my clothes on.
When? Is she scrubbing the toilet bowl first?
No, she's planting the pepper in there.
I'm kidding.
No, but look, you ready? See if I can get the video of her sitting part of it. It's so funny, though, when she's sitting there chatting. She cleaned it out first, and then she puts it in place. And then she sits on it and chats.
That's too funny. Well,
it's so proper.
Like a year ago, we did a video collaboration.
She just sat there. Well, that was my favorite one. When she did the strange container one for that one we did, she did it in jeans, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I love that video.
She sewed the little legs or whatever and built little pots or whatever. I thought that was very creative. She got an A for effort.
Shishito.
Got it.
Shishito.
Whoa, look who's in here. We got Goss Mania up in here.
Hey, guys. How are you? Okay, I put Gwen's video up there because it was so stinky cute. But really good seared in a skillet with butter and a drippy sauce.
Yeah, okay. I don't know that I've ever had them.
Yeah.
They were shishito peppers.
That's why I was just said it.
Yeah.
I'm reading over here.
Yeah, no,
I'm ahead of you.
Maybe I'm just practicing.
No.
You know, reading is not my favorite skill.
You said hi to Nicole Smith, right? Because I mean, I saw her earlier too, but I said hi. But I think I was wondering if you said hi because if she's been commenting and stuff.
Yeah.
She's staying up late to be watching us right now. Because you know she don't stay up late.
No, I was saying, Gwen, that if we ever met up, I want to make you something to eat. Because I know every time we talk through the chat here, you're always making food, lots of food.
Yeah, for other people.
For other people.
That's why she's so skinny. She's a teeny tiny little thing. I bet you that's because she don't eat.
Well, Gwen, are you okay?
She feeds other people.
Do you need us to come rescue you?
She feeds other people all the time.
I see.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for something here. Let's see if I can get.
Oh boy, here we go again.
But there was no bidet attached.
See, if there was a bidet, she wouldn't have to water it.
Even more reason why bidets are awesome.
Outside, where they belong.
They don't belong outside. They belong inside of a house. Hey, look, Brampton Gardner just got in here. Oh, she said she's making an exception for Alicia. That's why she's here. Just for Alicia. She's coming in for Alicia to check her out, which is awesome because she's amazing. I love her. Bidets belong on your butt. He was saying that the one outside, if you had one outside, you wouldn't have to water your plants. Although I saw a really good hack. Somebody posted today. I can't remember who it was. And I saw it. Oh, she said, I made a rabbit and dumplings last night for the whole family and extended family. Ooh.
See? She's always cooking.
She is. That might be her love language. Like she likes to bless people with food. You know? You must have known that, Rochelle. You were like, you know what? I think that Monica and Eric are going to be discussing bidets. I need to show up. I need to just stop in and see what's going on. No, Eric's sitting here eating food. I don't want anybody to see that. You can see it more. I don't want anybody to see that back there. My sister's having a baby shower. We're having a baby shower for my sister.
Don't tell her. She might find out about it.
She knows about it. Anyway, I'm super excited. We made a cute little diaper cake. I'm so psyched. And we've got all kinds of really fun stuff, activities planned. I've got to print out a bunch of things for having games and prizes. And I'm super excited. We're making all her little snacks that we're giving out as little party favors. We're going to do that tomorrow night, as long as Abigail's feeling better. Otherwise, it'll be me and Emma doing it. But yeah, I'm really excited. We just got 2 female New Zealand rabbits to go with our mail. It took a little while to find them. Yeah. We have New Zealand, California mixes. That's what we started with. And now we only have one of them left. Actually, no, we don't have either one of them left. We have one of our older girls, but otherwise, yeah. I love to cook, but I also love not to have to cook. I get that. I really do. Yeah. Because I enjoy cooking too, but I don't like figuring out what I'm going to cook. I feel like that's half the battle, is figuring out what you're going to make for dinner. Like the other day I was at my sister's last week, and I literally looked at her before I left, and I was like, what are you making for dinner? She was like, oh, let me go check my meal plan. She has like a meal plan guide. And I'm like, She's like, I think I'm going to make this or this. Well, my meal plan for the week. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. I wish I was that organized. But then I was like, okay, thanks for no ideas.
Well, what was she making?
I don't know. There was a couple different things she had ideas for. And I was like, none of them are going to work for me. So
I wonder so in the chat, where do you find new ideas for food?
Probably.
Because you're right. Sometimes you get in that like rut where you keep eating the same spaghetti, tacos, burritos.
The same thing over and over. I don't make burritos.
Meatballs.
I don't make meatballs a lot.
No, because it's time consuming.
It's very time consuming. Yeah, it's hard to decide. I try to write down what you have made that really good so I can reference it, but I never remember. And see, that's the thing. Now, I do have like a thing, like a notebook where I write down what I want to make so that I can meal plan better. But then my week starts and I don't feel like dealing with what I just said I was going to make for the week. And so then I figure it out as I go. So like tomorrow, I know what I'm making. Tomorrow I'm making chicken tacos because I can put it in the crock pot before I go to school tomorrow. And that can just sit in the crock pot all day. So we're having chicken tacos for dinner tomorrow. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it goes.
That's the way it is.
We haven't had them in 2-3 weeks. We haven't had them in like 3 weeks. Yeah. I wrote it down last time we had it. Yes, sir. We don't have any left over in the freezer or in the fridge. It's been a while. It's been a while. Trust me. It's been a while.
Well, it's not that I don't trust you.
My new favorite food channel if you're trying ethnic food. Oh, I'll have to go look at that. We get ideas from Reels on Instagram. That's definitely an idea too.
What are you doing? I mean, are you like typing in dinner or food or what are you doing? I mean, like, what are you searching though?
Okay, Jeannie, if you can't come back, that's okay too. Thank you for coming in though. I appreciate it. Had to get a shower after watching the lice video, starting to feel itchy. Yeah, I was a little extra itchy on that one. Who doesn't like chicken tacos? Yeah, Eric he's not like a chicken guy.
It's not, and it's not really that as much as I just feel like we have it a lot.
We don't. But when I make a bunch of chicken taco meat, what you have to understand is that I will make chicken quesadillas. I'll
See,
make
like this-
chicken enchiladas.
Like this, they're making Reuben sandwich. I mean, is that the normal
You
thing?
don't eat sandwiches, Eric.
No, I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying, is that like a normal? I feel like that's like a lot of work.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's just a type of sandwich. If I was going to make a ham and cheese sandwich with onions and some special stuff, then
Is that all it is?
I think so. It's a little fancier, I think, but it's a Reuben. It's just stuff. We have grilled ham and cheese with jalapenos to bring back memories of the Pancha Villa that used to get at Pizza Hut when we were dating. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Mm.
Okay, Miss Doris, I actually had fish tacos when I went to Hawaii, and it was probably a bad idea that I had it because I was 17 weeks pregnant with my 6th baby, and I got swordfish tacos because I was told that swordfish tacos were like the bomb diggity, right? The problem with that is that I looked up later that swordfish is like one of the highest in mercury. So here I am in Hawaii enjoying my life for the week that I was there. And I'm like chowing down on like high level mercury tacos. I was like, oh my gosh, if he comes out like this, then I'll know something's wrong. He came out fine. He's fine.
Which one was it?
Elijah. His ears are a little bigger than normal ears, but I don't think it's from the mercury. And he's a smart kid, so he's not like dumb or anything. He's a smart boy.
No, he's definitely smart.
So I don't know. Maybe it made him smarter. Maybe the mercury helped.
Mm.
But I have had, hey, welcome to my Cape Cod life. How are you? Thanks for coming in. But yes, I have had fish tacos, and it was delicious. I enjoyed every bite. I probably wish afterwards that I didn't like it so much, so I wouldn't have eaten both of them, but I ate both of them, and they were delicious.
I had fish tacos here from
Here from this house? No, I didn't.
No. What's Fuzzies?
Oh, okay. Fuzzies taco shop.
Yeah, because I had to try it because you rubbed it in that you tried it and they were good.
Yeah.
So
Reuben, rye bread, sliced corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, and your choice of dressing, mayo or Thousand Island. Then you butter the bread, bake them till toasted, flip, or use a panini press. See, it's not that big of a deal. Rye bread, first of all, I'm not eating. You're not eating. I mean, unless you're dipping it in that stuff, but we don't really eat bread anyway. And then sliced corned beef, which, do you like corned beef?
I think so. I mean, it's beef.
No. I mean, it's beef.
It's got corn in it.
No. It's like super, like Alicia, it's like super salty beef.
Yeah.
It's
what Irish people eat.
It's like, no, yeah, it's a lot. It's not very good. I don't think it's very good. And then Swiss cheese, which is fine. Sauerkraut, yes, please. And then Thousand Island dressing or mayo. I mean, I'm good with those, but the rye bread and the actual meat you make a Reuben with, probably not my favorite. You make a grilled cheese, don't cover them with butter. Cover them with mayo instead of butter. Taste is amazing.
I like the other idea better, the bacon grease.
Bacon grease is good too. All of that's good. Corned beef. Yeah, there you go. Beef brisket cured in brine and boiled, served hot, typically with cabbage or cold sliced for sandwiches. Your mom wanted to make corned beef the one year with a slice of beef, but I'm not willing to give up beef brisket to make something that's basically like.
Oh no, you gotta smoke that.
No, baby, you don't understand. The brisket.
No, you don't understand.
They boil the meat. That's what I'm saying. Do you want to give up?
Brisket.
That's what I'm saying.
Smoke that bad boy.
That's what it is. Corned beef is boiled
I'm out
and
then.
brined brisket.
I'm out.
Yeah, right?
Why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
I mean, if you're going to buy a cheap cut of brisket from the grocery store, then try it. But I'm not doing that with my grass-fed, 100% loved beef here. Rye is my favorite bread. Yeah, maybe.
How does rye become the number one bread for anybody?
If you're a breadie. Nicole,
No.
are you a breadie? Like a bread foodie? Like,
No.
I don't like bread really, so it doesn't do anything
if
for
I'm
me.
doing bread, I'm doing biscuits. So you just hook me up with some biscuits.
Only kind of bread I like is if it has chocolate chips in it, maybe some zucchini bread with chocolate chips. I mean, I could take it or leave it bread-wise. Like, I'm not a breadie. Like, that's not my jam. If I'm going to eat food that's going to give me a lot of, like, sugars and, like, carbs, I'm eating a cookie.
I'm going to eat me a cookie.
I'm going to eat a cookie. If I had a choice
Got down
between
deep on that
the
one.
carbs in a slice of bread, and the carbs in a slice in a cookie, I'm going to eat a cookie.
I'm all in. I'm
Yeah.
definitely in with cookie.
Wait, Nicole said, it's a little sour and has the seeds. So good. Yeah,
Pass.
I do like rye bread when it's in a dippable bowl thing. Like my mother-in-law would make this like bowl.
With caraway.
Yeah, it's a seed. It's like, yeah,
Isn't
maybe,
that the like little? No, it's the fennel seed I'm thinking
I
of.
think it's similar. I think
Who would
caraway
want
is
to eat
similar.
caraway on a? What is she talking
I
about?
don't know.
Do we need to boot her out of here? If she's saying stuff like that, I don't know exactly what that is, but if she keeps that talk up, she's gonna have to go. First is rye, and then lots of caraway.
It's her and Nicole together. It's with the rye bread.
Oh yeah, now the yeast rolls, girl.
I've literally just gained 3 pounds talking about all this bread.
All
You don't
the-
even know
But,
right now.
but all the bread.
Yeah, it's little seeds, Eric. Oh, Miss Dorothy like in the dark rye. Corned beef is.
Wait, now they got dark rye.
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
So what is that? Like extra rye?
I don't know. Is rye dark normally?
It's that brownish color.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know rye bread is dark, but is it really that naturally dark? Potato, bacon, cheese soup in a bread bowl. Oh man. See, no, my mother-in-law makes this peasant dip. Is it peasant or pheasant? I don't know if it's peasant or pheasant. Is it called peasant dip?
I don't know. You messed me up. I don't know now.
Anyway, she says it and we always mess with her. So I don't know if it's actually peasant or pheasant because I think it's peasant dip. Anyway, she puts it in that like dark. Oh no, it's a pumpernickel. That's what that she does put it in a pumpernickel. Look, she said that's not the worst I've had come out of Rochelle's mouth.
I believe that.
Marble rye. Okay. Anyway, she puts it in a brown bowl and then she cuts up the little chunks of the bowl and she puts it on the side and she puts that dip inside and it's got like dill and all this. Oh my gosh. It's so good.
Dill dip.
No, you're thinking pumpernickel. I bet you that you don't like. Maybe rye bread is good. Is pumpernickel and rye
The seeds of a plant of the parsley family.
Now I got to look up rye bread.
Roberta, I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't sell me on the idea of having caraway seeds or whatever.
I don't think rye bread's the dark bread. Yeah, rye bread isn't dark bread, Eric. You're thinking
you're thinking about Jewish rye bread.
No.
That's pretty specific, by the way. I don't think that's fair.
No,
Why?
rye bread right there. Rye bread. It's just a darker bread. It looks like wheat bread.
I literally said it was darker, and you were just
No,
you just
you're
said
thinking pumpernickel, that dark brown bread. Pumpernickel. Ready? Look. Pumpernickel bread.
Caleb don't even know. Caleb's just saying
Look.
the bread from Cheesecake Factory is good.
Right
He don't
there.
even know what it is.
You're thinking pumpernickel bread.
Oh, maybe I am.
You are.
More importantly, there's donuts.
Pumpernickel donuts. We're not going in there. Yeah, look, pumpernickel bread. That's what your mom would use. Pumpernickel bread is what he's thinking.
Oh, that's not bad though. Pumpernickel's not bad.
Well, then what's your problem with rye bread?
I don't know.
I think you're a bread hater.
Well,
Emma says rye bread's delicious. We're going to have to try rye bread now. Wait, he said the fiber-rich endosperm generally gives rye products, including rye bread and pumpernickel bread, a lower glycemic index than products made from wheat. Oh, okay. See? He just wanted to say that. He just wanted to say endosperm. That's what it was. On most other measures of nutritional value, rye and pumpernickel bread are not significantly different from regular whole wheat bread.
Oh.
See? Rye bread looks like whole wheat bread.
Well, geez, you know what? Maybe I'm back in.
Maybe. Oh, look.
Oh, it's Miss Taylor Sarah.
Taylor Mitchell is here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Nicole said she got her back. She got Miss Doris's back. Wait, what did Miss Doris say? Did you know? I'm not sure. It's very dark and so good. Yeah. Oh, they were talking about dark rye. So dark rye, it looks probably like pumpernickel. I don't know. This is a lot of bread.
It is a lot of bread.
I've gained a lot of weight already.
I feel like just the conversation, my gut's hanging over my pants now.
Yeah. It's literally called brown bread from the Cheesecake Factory, he said. Well, I don't be going to the Cheesecake Factory.
That's kind of generic that you just go with brown bread. What does that mean? Like they ran out of one color bread and they gave you something else that was just brown?
Look, Rochelle said she needs to come stay for a month to broaden our horizons. She should. You should come stay for a month.
She just said she didn't want to cook.
You could come stay with us for 2 weeks and then go down and visit Nicole for 2 more weeks. And there you got a month in Texas. Do it. Oh, and Alicia said hit her up on the way down too. Because she's on your way. Maybe. I don't know where you are in Canada. I have to go look. But if you were on your way, you can literally come through Iowa and then you go like that and come to me and then go back down to Nicole and then fly from Nicole and go back up.
What?
I hope your plane doesn't sound like that, though.
Yeah, I think they need to check the bearings if that's the
I've been
case.
watching a lot of missing plane stuff, getting prepared for my class for next week. So
Wow. Maybe you can talk about that more when we get ready to go on a flight.
no, I'll do it. I'm going to talk about it next week in class. I got a whole
okay.
week of studying for that. Molasses and Cheesecake Factory. What kind of there's just molasses sitting around in Cheesecake Factory?
With the brown bread.
Oh, brown bread is usually with molasses.
That nobody actually knows what it is.
Got it. See, Nicole's down with it.
Pumpernickel bread has a tangy taste due to sourdough starters. And when making it, by the way, in case you didn't know, but it could also be sweet like molasses.
Wow, you're a really good reader. Oh, Byron's creeping in here. Hey, Byron. He said, I'll be worried if the plane sounds like that.
You got to get out there with the old grease gun and start doing some pumps on that bad boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. And you pass right up on the way to Nicole's, be like, over in Gwen's, her goats will still be waiting to have their babies. They'll be like 8 years overdue. Wait, she's got overdue goats. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of people you could come down here and skirt all the way down here. Actually, Joni made brown bread with Creekside Maples this week. Did she really? What was it? Brown bread because she's brown flour? I don't get it. I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I don't understand.
We're going to have to take a whole flour class. We need to do that on our next Skillshare. Find someone that can show us the difference between breads, all the breads, pumpernickels and the rye and all the things.
All right. So if you were to pick one bread that you can eat for the rest of your life, it's only one. You can only pick one. What would you pick? Any bread product that you're going to?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Any bread product?
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be like sliced
a donut?
bread. It could, oh.
Is that considered bread? It's not really
yes.
bread. Wait, Alicia has something. What did she say? Pumpernickel? Did you say pumpernickel?
Pumpkin bread? What did she say?
She said, I don't know.
It's not actually in the camera.
You just have to wait. You just have to wait until you come up here, Alicia. We're bringing her up in a minute anyway. We're going to bring her up early.
So
we're in Texas too, Rochelle, and the plane's here and Houston don't make noises like the ones in Dallas.
All right, so
that's a Canadian plane that she's taken, by the way.
Yeah, it's built in Canada. Boston brown bread is what she wants. I guess that's your all-time. That Brampton Gardner, that's what you want.
Boston brown bread, that's it. Oh, San Francisco sourdough. No, she's changing it up. She got a lot.
San Francisco sourdough.
Taylor says sourdough. Hey, Troy, how are you?
Wait, we got a couple sourdoughs here.
Sourdough's
okay.
Some good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Or tortillas.
Tortilla. What? You can only pick one. The rule was one. Why is she throwing out 14 different breads?
She doesn't follow rules.
Let's
sourdough.
See. We got
sourdough. Rick. Jewish rye. Wait, Jewish rye, toasted and covered in Kerrygold butter. That's
okay,
very
no.
specific.
We're not covering. It's not smothering and covering here. It's like, what one bread do you want?
She just said Jewish rye.
Yeah, she added.
I just looked at a recipe for brown bread. It was made using cocoa powder and molasses and espresso. Oh, it's got coffee in it? Sign me up. I'm all over that mess. I'll take the coffee bread. Thank you. My son-in-law asked my daughter, what do you do if you're wearing staying too long? She said, it's an oven. They will not burn. It isn't an oven. They will not burn. Them goats be taking forever. Did you see Troy came in here, right? Your Dallas sounds terrifying.
All right, so.
It's Canadian planes that sound like that, not Dallas ones.
All right, so what is your bread? Give me your bread.
My bread? I already told you. If donuts are a part of bread, then I want donuts.
What? So you want to use donuts for sandwiches? You want to use donuts for?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of donut? I'm intrigued.
Like the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Doggone it. You think these would be good with like tuna fish on it?
No, I don't eat bread with my tuna fish anyway.
Okay. What do you eat with bread?
Turkey.
So would you want turkey on a donut?
No. I eat PB and jelly. PB&J, that's what I'm eating.
You put peanut butter and jelly on?
I could do that. Yeah, we are too slow reading the comments. Keep going. Sourdough, Brampton pricked all bread. You're all too slow reading the comments. Sounds delicious, Nicole. That's funny, Gwen. Right? Hold on, you're going now really fast. I'm in. Donut sandwich. Yup, right there. Hey, Ricky Ventures in California? I need to go check out his channel. I have been so behind. Oh, let's see. Zucchini bread for me with lots of butter. That's the bread I'm eating right there. I revamp it. I agree with Jesse and Lisa. I want zucchini bread. That's all I want. But you have to add chocolate chips in it. That's what I want.
That
That's my
also
bread.
sounds good. I see
But you have to eat that with a sandwich.
I see the conundrum that Brampton Gardner's having.
Why she picks so many breads?
Yeah,
People do use
because
donuts to make ham sandwiches, which does not sound good, but it's a donut, so I'm thinking it might be good. I just know that I'll have to put on my eating pants for that. If I'm eating donuts at all, I'm gonna eat eating pants. Chocolate covered donuts, but my diabetes hates it. Yeah, I get it.
I hear you.
Hawaiian rolls all the way. There you go. Hawaiian rolls. I almost said it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna let our guest up.
Well, you're in charge here.
Let's do it.
Vegetables do not belong in bread or cake. I don't know. Well, we're going to bring up. Let's see who we got here. We also have Brittany Martian here. Thank you, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany, how are you?
Friendship bread is what she's calling for. That's
yes.
another one. Well, let's go ahead and bring our guest up. I have a feeling she'd be good at. Oh, she's on the phone.
She's on the phone? No, she's not on the phone.
Is she on the phone?
She's not on the phone for real. She's messing with you.
Well, I can't bring her up if you want. I feel like I'm watching one of those movies where they're saying things they shouldn't say.
You need to bring her up while she's on the phone.
No.
Yes, because she's not actually on the phone.
Are you sure you want to hear her?
Yeah, she's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm adding her to the stream because she's not really on the phone.
Let's see.
And then Eric. Oh, wait. Okay. I got to go. I can't get caught talking about him. And
you know what?
Daddy Beans. It's all about Daddy Beans.
She's talking to Casey is what she's talking to.
You know what? This actually reminds me of so many conversations I caught my mom and dad in where they were like, you're not going to believe what your son did. Yeah.
They were always talking about Eric too.
Am I robot-y? Am I freezing?
No, not at all.
Okay. You guys are on my end because we have a terrible windstorm right now.
Oh no.
It's windy.
Of course I picked the night. I'm like, hey, if it's going to be bad weather, could you come join our live stream?
Yeah, of course. And we're supposed to get more snow. So yay us.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
What do you mean that's terrible? It's fantastic.
No.
I do my best to enjoy the snow because as you all know, I'm coming up on 8 years ago. I never thought I'd see snow again. So when it snows, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That I get to enjoy the snow. How are you, my friends?
We are good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. I've been kind of on the down low lately.
Yep.
I think
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe it would be good to see your face tonight if you wanted to come on, because I've been thinking about people and I was thinking about Casey and I was thinking about you and I was like, you know what? I want to see if Alicia wants to come show her pretty face on my live.
I think I need to get Alicia to crawl out from underneath that rock she's been hiding under.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's always good to do something a little different, especially when you're kind of in a rut. And you've been doing some really cool things behind the scenes. So it's not that you've not really been doing stuff. You've just you've been really busy. You've got like a new thing. And I was really excited. I mean, it's really not a new thing, but will you tell everybody about your Etsy stuff and what you're doing?
I will, but I do want to say real quick, Pumpernickel. Do you hear the cha-ching? Did you hear my thing just go cha-ching?
Did it?
It did.
I love it.
It's going to go cha-ching again. I'll tell everybody what the cha-ching is. But anyways, the only way I will eat pumpernickel is when I get a bag of Gardettos and I pull out the little pumpernickel rounds. That's it.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Wait, what is I don't even know what a Gardetto is.
Oh, okay. So it's like the mixed, like a Chex Mix. Like a Chex Mix, but the little pumpernickel. They're so good.
Oh, pass.
They're addicting.
Yes.
They're not bad, but I mean.
For me with pumpernickel. Don't do it.
Oh, so good.
But the little pumpernickel rounds, yes. And then I'm going to jump on the Monica train here about the Krispy Kremes because there are restaurants that make hamburgers with a Krispy Kreme glazed donut bun.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
I think that sounds pretty good. I'm going to do that with one of my veggie burgers. But since I couldn't type while I was waiting to come on, I will say that my favorite, I was holding up a sign for you guys to read. Pizza crust. You can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a good pizza crust, and you can roll it and put cinnamon sugar on it so it can be turned into a donut. There you go. So,
I think you have a pizza crust recipe up on your channel, don't you?
I don't know, but I've got my artisan bread. That was going to be my number one bread is my artisan bread because you can make it savory, you can make it sweet.
Yeah. Now, what is an artisan bread? I always thought that people that were artsy like to eat that stuff.
Well, it's an artsy bread, but mine's just 3 ingredients, and I bake it in my sun oven out in the sun, or I bake it in my turkey roaster. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like a beautiful sourdough loaf.
Yeah.
But not as much work because I'm lazy.
It's like a faux sourdough.
It is.
Sour faux dough.
It's a photo.
Yeah.
But I'm still all about. I'm still going back to those. What do they call them? Yeast rolls or whatever for like the holidays.
Yeah, the
Those
yeast
are good.
rolls. His mom makes these like little trio of yeast rolls that you kind of pull apart. The little trio.
The clover leaf.
The clover leaf
ones, little 3 ones. Oh, those
Yep.
are perfect. Because, according to bread etiquette, you're supposed to break your bread into 3 pieces to eat it. So you're not shoving these big hunks of bread in your mouth. It's an etiquette thing. Yeah, it's an etiquette thing. Ask Miss Manners. It's true.
I didn't know that.
Wait, who's Miss Manners?
That says a lot.
No, I'm serious. Who's Miss Manners?
Oh, God, now I feel old. Stop it.
No, don't feel old.
Myself.
No, was that like a TV show or something?
No, I think Miss Manners actually had an etiquette page. Like she had like an article page. It was like a Dear Abby, but it's not Dear Abby. It was Miss Manners.
I was going to say Dear Abby, but I'm afraid Eric would say, "Who's Dear Abby?"
Okay, so yes, it was a newspaper. I know who it is. So it was like a newspaper. You write in, and Miss Manners would give you advice on manners. She would give you tips.
Well, she sounds kind of lame.
Like, dear Miss Manners, my husband is a clod. Yeah. Whenever my in-laws are over for dinner, he picks up a whole big stinking end loaf of the bread and shoves it in his mouth like a caveman. And Miss Manners would say, Miss Manners says, tell your husband after you hit him over the head with a frying pan that he's supposed to break the bread into 3 equal pieces and then dine respectfully, especially in front of his own parents, because they don't want to feel like they've raised a cow.
Yeah. Wow.
See, Miss Manners.
That sounded like a lot of manners, just to rip your bread in half like a savage.
Better to rip it with your fingers than your bicuspids.
There you go.
Wait, are you supposed to like put the pinkies up when you do that?
Pinkies up.
Yes. Well, Rochelle will get me in trouble if she shares what us girls usually say, because we like to watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Anyways, and it's not pinkies up in that show. But I love you guys too much to say it because I like your channel.
Thank you. Didn't they make a black and white movie about Miss Manners? I don't know. Did they?
Know.
Wait, does it apply with a big loaf of bread? Just 3 pieces. Yes, 1 chunk.
No, you gotta go there. You go there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell everybody about your cha-ching.
Wait, before we go there though, I do have another bread question.
Oh gosh, okay. What's your bread question?
Are you the end of the loaf, or are you the centerpiece?
Always the middle.
Is there like a Miss Manners like rule of etiquette with?
I have a story about the heel of the bread. Would you like to hear the story about the heel of the bread?
Yes, I want to hear.
Everybody in the chat, grab your tissues. It's a tearjerker.
Oh,
I want to hear it. Okay, I want to hear about the end piece.
There was a man and a woman that were married for 60 years, and they had their little routine every night. At the end of the day, before they would retire, they would have toast and tea. And every once in a while, when the man would make the toast and the woman would make the tea, he would be presented with the heel of the bread. He would toast the bread up, and he would always put the heel in front of his wife. And at one point, as they neared their 60 years together, the wife had had enough. He put the heel in front of her, and she had a big meltdown right then and there. And she yelled at him and berated him, telling him how selfish he was for always giving her the heel. Never gave it to himself, always gave it to her. And she thought he was just the most selfish person, and she couldn't stand it after 60 years. Why did he do that to her? And she was really mad. And the whole time she's yelling at him, he has his head hung in shame. And when she's done, he tells her, the heel has always been my favorite. I give it to you because I love you. I thought you would know that is my way of telling you that I love you by sacrificing what I love and giving you the heel of the bread. It's always about communication, people. Always about communication.
Yep.
So I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but it took this dude 60 years to finally give him the piece that he liked.
He wasn't
No,
gonna
over
take them.
60 years, anytime he got a heel of bread, he would give it to her. So
Oh,
it
and
would
she had
happen
just had
probably,
enough.
Yeah, she's
once a
had
week,
enough.
Okay.
twice a week, she would get the heel of the bread.
Okay, I
But see, I communicate my disdain for the heel, so he knows I'm not a heel person.
See, if she just would have communicated that to him, it wouldn't have built up over all those years.
Yeah.
Well, see, Troy, I felt like
Troy said right on.
Troy
He said heels are for heathens.
He said heels were for heathens. I thought he took it a little too far with that, but that's just me. That's just me. Can't we all just eat bread in harmony?
Look, Miss Doris said my aunt made bread every time I went to her farm, and she also froze some of the others heels for me too. Aw. Well, yeah, Brandon Gardner said homemade heels all day, like the homemade bread heels. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you like? If you're eating bread, Alicia, are you eating the center or the heel?
I prefer the center unless it's a homemade loaf of bread. Then I like the heel with lots and lots of butter, fresh out of the oven, nice and hot. So it all melts down into the crooks and nannies.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the best.
You painted a good picture right there.
Yeah, she usually does. That's a really
do I look like a girl who doesn't love bread?
Well, see, I like the homemade bread too. And my kids would, back before we moved here, I was making a lot of bread. I was trying to really just go down, downsize some of the stuff. And I really wanted to take out some of the gross stuff that was all the artificial things. And I was really trying to cut the dairy out of our lifestyle as well. So I was making bread for the kids, and we were trying not to use a lot of dairy. So we weren't putting butter on the bread. And so I would make cinnamon sugar toast, and the kids would eat it with coconut oil. So I would use coconut oil and spread it a thin layer across the crispy edges of that homemade loaf, and it would get all up in there in warmth. And I swear to you, I mean, like my kids, Caleb and Luke and Abigail, my three oldest, they could put away an entire loaf of bread by themselves. Like I would have to make like 3 or 4 loaves, because if I didn't make more than one, I would never get a taste of one loaf. These 3 big kids at the time, they were only like, I don't know, 13, 11, and 9. And they're still pounding an entire loaf of bread because they would just hold it and just like, yeah, they just love it. They eat it up like crazy. But yeah, we like
my favorite bread memory is when I was growing up. Anytime I didn't feel good, or if my heart was hurting, or if I'd had a bad day, my mother would always toast 2 pieces of bread, put butter on them, marry them together, and then cut them into thirds so they were little strips. And then she would make me hot cocoa.
Aww.
And then I would dip the little strips of buttered bread into the hot cocoa and eat them.
That's very
so good. It's so soothing to the soul. And my mom would always make that for me, and I just loved her for it. And then my granddaughter was over the other day, and her mama's been very sick. It's one of the reasons why I've kind of backed off a little bit, and thankfully she's okay at the moment. And but I had my granddaughter over, and her heart was kind of hurting a little bit because her mama had been so sick. And so I made her some of that buttered toast with the cocoa. And it was so neat that I passed that on. I think my grandmother made it for my mother, and then my mother made it for me. And then I got to make it for my granddaughter and say, here, honey, this will make you feel better. It tastes really good. You have to cut it in thirds. If you cut the bread in half, it's too thick.
Yeah, it only works in thirds.
It does. It really does.
When I was a kid and I was faking sick, my mom used to make me egg salad.
And put bacon bits on it?
Oh, yeah, bacon bits. Get out of town. Yes. And I just magically felt better.
Really?
True story.
See, isn't it nice that mommies do things like that? And as adults, we look back, and I know your mom was in here earlier. I hope she hears that's a good mommy memory that you have.
Yeah.
That she did that for you.
Yeah. What's even more impressive is that I was able to fake her out so many times.
You're so bad.
I was telling somebody the other day at work, just because of work ethic, the way that my dad raised me. I remember that if I was ever going to fake sick, it was always best to do it when he was working shifts, because mom didn't want me to interrupt him. But if he wasn't working shifts, mom would always say, because I'd walk in and I would gently nudge her and I would say, Mom, I don't feel good. Can I stay home? And she'd be like, yeah, talk to your dad. And I'd be like, So every time I'd ask my dad, he would always say, why don't you try to go to school first, then call me if you're sick? course, I'm not going to go and call him halfway through school. So
Right.
Yeah.
his plan worked.
Oh, see, I didn't have any. There was nothing wrong with me calling my mom. I'd be calling her right from school. I'd be like, "Yep, I'm still sick. Come pick me up." I had no shame. There was no shame in my
Your daddy was born at night, but he wasn't born last night.
I want to go ahead.
About my cha-ching before we run out of time, because I am so excited about it. And Monica said, hey, you could talk about it. I had really gotten enthralled with these egg aprons that I had been seeing on the internet. And I thought, but they look so frumpy with these big gaping hole pockets, that just kind of hang out. And I don't know. I just thought they looked very frumpy and it wasn't for me. And I found one I thought I liked and I bought the pattern, but then you had to sew all these pieces together and it was a disaster. So I spent 12 months designing my own line of crocheted egg apron patterns. 12 months of research and development and crocheting and ripping it out and crocheting again and trying to come up with different things. And just 6 weeks ago, I started releasing my patterns. I've released one pattern a week. I was only going to do one a month, but people keep saying I want the next pattern. So I've released 6 of them now. I've got one hanging up here behind me. I mean, look at that. That's a beautiful egg pattern or egg apron. So you wear it, you go out, collect your eggs, and your eggs fit right into the pocket here in the front, and they don't gape open and look all frumpy.
Yeah.
And it's reversible. You can turn it around and use it as a canning apron.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, well, I'll just put it out there. And yesterday was my best day. I mean, it was just cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It comes across my phone and it lets me know that somebody has ordered a pattern. And my favorite one, I've got an egg apron that has little chickens on the front, and I love it. It's my #1 seller. And a lady in Kentucky purchased the pattern, and she wrote to me, and she said, I'm going to do this for our Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken Festival.
What?
She's going to make these aprons to sell. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I said, do you know, my husband's family knew the Colonel. They owned 5 Kentucky Fried Chicken stores. They were best buds. Jim's grandpa, the state of Kentucky, made him an honorary colonel.
What?
When Jim and I got married, he even wore a Colonel Sanders tie tack. So
Wow.
I'm sharing this with her. She wrote me today, and I don't want to jinx anything. She wrote me today and she said, the county in Kentucky that claims to be like, home of KFC, and they have all these big festivals, their tourism department bought the first apron she made. They're going to wear it to all of their events. They're wearing it to the World Chicken Festival.
What?
Yeah, and they are talking about putting the whole connection about my family and this apron and Colonel Sanders in their publication for Kentucky Fried Chicken. And it's just like, wow, that's really, really cool.
That is so neat.
It's neat. It was really neat too. I knew some of the history. I did not know that Jim's grandpa was an honorary colonel from the state of Kentucky.
That is so cool.
So, I mean, and he was such an element in their family that his portrait hung in their dining room.
Wow.
In their home in Plano, when they lived in Plano. After they had sold the stores and they had moved to Plano, they had his portrait there. So it's really neat that we had all of this background, and I didn't even know this one. And she starts telling me things. It's like, oh, and it's just gone gangbusters. So she's collecting information from me to get to the tourist department for this county. And they said they wouldn't even be surprised if they're not interviewed by the news for all of this. And
what?
I've got pictures to give to their museum. So like a picture of the certificate of Jim's grandfather becoming a colonel and all these really neat things. So I'm really excited. But, I thought I started my Etsy page just before I was diagnosed with cancer. And I only had I think for the last 7 years, I had 9 sales. I only sold 9 things. Wow. I was like, yeah, whatever. So I started this about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I just surpassed 100 sales. I'm at 120 sales now. And let's just say I'm getting a 1099 already this year.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Oh, I'm so proud of you. It's such a good feeling when it's a good feeling when you're, look, I mean, I know you worked out in what other people like to say, the real world. I know you've worked outside the home, but I know you've been home and I know you've worked outside them. So you've had experience in both worlds, but it's kind of cool when you're in the home and you're working from home, you're doing your thing, you're doing the wife thing and the grandmom thing, and you're just kind of doing your thing in the home. And then you decide to kind of expand that and you reach outside and go into doing some world things again. And even though you're not out of the house, you're still kind of doing it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's such a cool feeling. And it's like, and I think you said it between the group of us before, it kind of feels good to contribute in some way again. Like you feel like, I know Eric will say all the time, he works outside the house. I don't. I work at home. I do things here. And he's never said, hey, you need to sell 31 or sell this or sell that. Don't ever do that because you want to make money. But there's a part of me that likes to contribute. When I was doing well and I was a director, it felt good to contribute in that way, to know that even if I brought $300 home, I was like, had a party made $300. What? Like, it felt good. And not that I feel more worthy of anything, but it's such a cool feeling. So I know that's like really awesome for you too, because
it is. It's nice because I know when, and my patterns, I sell them on Etsy. And every week, Etsy just puts money in my bank. And it makes me feel good because it's like, oh, I just paid the electric payment.
Yeah.
I just paid the electric payment with passive income. And I think that was one thing that I thought was really important, because on our podcast, we've talked about homesteaders and people who are living this lifestyle. They want to know, what do I do for money?
Yeah.
What can I do? And this has just proven to me, do what you love. I love to crochet. Do what you love and then find a way to make it work. And I work my fingers to the bone actually crocheting things. And where I live, nobody wants to buy them. But the patterns are my key. That was the ticket.
Yeah.
Because I write them one time.
Yeah.
I make a tutorial video and I put it with that pattern, and it just sells itself now. I don't have to do anything.
Now, in your Etsy, I haven't even been there and look, because I don't crochet. So I'm like, I don't know the point of going in there. Now, if I can convince my sister-in-law to make some of these things for me, I will gladly buy the patterns and send it to her and be like, here you go, ma'am. This is your pattern now. But do you attach your YouTube videos to your patterns in Etsy?
Yes.
That's awesome.
In the pattern are links to right-handed and left-handed tutorials, and they're set private on YouTube. So only people who buy the patterns have access to that supplemental material.
Very cool.
The exclusive.
Well, now I got to go buy one because
he wants to be exclusive. He wants to get in on the exclusivity of it.
And we were talking about egg salad. What's funny is Etsy screwed your wife over.
Aw. Now she rakes in this
because I think there's a difference when you're actually shipping something out. Yeah, there could be some issues. This is digital downloads. Yeah, I have no problem with that. And I used to make soap and I used to sell soap, and now I don't anymore. But that's another story for another time. But and now I forgot what I was going to say.
Rochelle said we can say we knew you back when you were doing pickling, when you were just, you were the lady.
The pickles. I plan on, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even have any seeds started yet for this year.
That's okay. There's still snow on the ground.
Rambling with the brooms the other day, and he says, oh, Alicia probably has all kinds of starts going and everything. And I don't, because I have been in that place where I just haven't been overly motivated, because I'm not kidding. I'm only sleeping maybe 3 hours a night because I'm crocheting and writing and all kinds of, I put hours into these patterns. I really do. But the other reason is because I was up one night crocheting and I just thought, it'd be really neat if I could sell enough patterns to buy a plane ticket to go see my grandson graduate high school in May. So I got online. I found a very reasonable ticket. I mean, it's amazing how reasonable this ticket was.
Southwest are having sales right now, April and May, just so you know.
Well, I've already bought this ticket.
Oh, good.
I was able to buy the ticket pretty quickly because my patterns started selling.
Yay! That's awesome.
I'm not going to be home right when I have to worry about frost or getting those babies watered right in there in the ground or whatever. So I'm not going to put that on Jim because I'm going to be gone a full week. And maybe I'll do something when I come back. But
Oh, yeah, I
I
love
was
it.
able to get that ticket and feel good that I was able to pay for it myself, even though he buys me anything I want. I'm so spoiled. But it was just kind of like, I did this. I was able to do this. My patterns paid for that ticket, so I get to go see my grandson graduate high school. So that's pretty cool. But
That's
that's
so
why
cool.
I haven't even thought about my garden.
Well, what's funny is my older son called me yesterday. So Luke, my 21-year-old, he works at the feed store up the road, and he calls me, he says, "Hey, Mom, I just want you to know they just brought in a bunch of plants." I'm like, "Oh, what kind?" And he said, "They've got cucumbers, they've got zucchini." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta start my starts. I haven't even started them." I just realized like our last frost date is already here. It's done.
Oh, see, my
And I
last frost date doesn't come till the end of May.
It's already done in March. And now here in Texas, they'll tell you that you don't plant anything don't put anything in your garden until after Easter. But Easter's like stupid late right now this year. Like it's late, not really late, but it's late. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm going to go buy that this year because I haven't even started my zucchini or my cucumbers, none of them. So I'm like, it's okay. I'm not going to stress over it. It's going to be great and it's going to be fine.
I'm just going to say I can't read anything in the chat. So if anybody had said anything, I've missed it, except for what you're putting up front. A, I don't have my glasses on, and B, I'd rather try to stay here.
Totally fine.
But anyways, there's really something. It's almost like Pavlov's dog. Every time my phone goes cha-ching, I'm like, oh, get all
That's
excited.
awesome.
It's like there's another one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a nice feeling. So I'm doing lots and lots and more. Lots and lots and more. I'm doing more patterns. It's amazing because I have unofficially been diagnosed with adult attention deficit disorder, which I'm sure none of you will be surprised about that. But once I start going, I start thinking of a new pattern and I write it down, the name of it, and then I have to design it. And then I think of another one and then think of another one. And I actually wrote a pattern. Do you guys remember when that TikTok thing hit with the skull pants that girl was wearing? All of a sudden, everybody was crazy about skulls, crocheted skulls. It just went viral.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that.
So I crocheted an egg apron with skulls on the front, and the name of it is Wicked Chickens Lay Deviled Eggs.
Oh my gosh, I saw that. Is that selling pretty good?
That one's not doing as good as I thought it would. It's the chicken one, the one with the hens on the front.
I love the one with the hens.
You know, the old vintage, so that everybody knows in the chat, the little vintage chicken pot holders. They look like the little chicken pot holders, but they're my own design. And they are the actual pocket. They're the pocket.
Yeah,
and
they're so cute.
They hold 2 to 3 eggs each.
Wait, each pocket holds 3 eggs?
It can hold up to 3 eggs each pocket.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I only thought they were going to hold 1 pocket, 1 egg.
No. I had somebody ask me the other day because of the pictures I put up on my shop. They were like, aren't those eggs going to fall out? Well, I've got them propped up so you can see it's an egg apron.
Yeah.
I mean, these pockets, they're 4 inches deep. They're going to hold more than 1 egg.
Oh, I want to see one with 3 eggs in it. You need to send me a picture later with 3 eggs.
I took a picture with 2 eggs.
Oh, did you?
It's on one of my Etsy listings so I can show people. And then there's room for more. And I've bent over. That's one of the things is I started these last year. So I wore them through last season, collecting my eggs. I even did a video where I collected some tomatoes and green beans and popped them in my pockets.
Ooh,
it's in one of my videos. And I thought for sure somebody would comment on it, and then nobody got it. Nobody picked up on it.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I have a friend of mine who makes these aprons for like garden collecting aprons. And I did a little video and I never got a chance to put it up because I never finished the video. Well, it's one of those ones where you pull the string so you wear it as an apron, and then you have the string that opens up and you can fill it. And then you cinch it and tie it back, and it cinches everything in there. Well, I was wearing it out in the garden last year, and by the time I walked inside, my shirt was down 3 layers, and I'm like, I should. I mean, it was like hanging down it was pulling my stretch pants down. I'm like, I probably collected way too much. But I love those aprons.
To make a garden gathering apron for produce and do like 4 big pockets. Oh, by the time you put all that produce in there, it's just going to be hanging funny.
Well, that's what happened to this. I put so much in it because it was so big that I was like, oh, I'll stuff it full. I'm like, if it holds 6 pounds, I'm going to put 8 in it. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm going to stuff it full. So unfortunately,
Monica, look what Jesse did.
Oh, the link to the bestseller. I'm going to click it. I have to look behind it. Oh, I see the one egg in it. Eric's gonna go look now. Hold on. He's looking. I've seen this one.
But I don't know if that's the one where I show 2 eggs. There might be something in there with 2 eggs. I'm not sure.
Nice deep pockets. Oh, I like the video.
Nice.
Oh, I like your little video too. That's good.
Nice shoes.
Yeah, see, I always see it on Facebook. And then let's see, yeah, because I've reposted this pattern. I've reposted the Etsy link several times. Oh,
I appreciate that. I'm having fun with it. And it's something that within our inner circle, and then other people have contacted me before. No, I've not had any eggs break.
That's awesome.
In these aprons. And that's even bending down, picking stuff up. I've not had any problems with any of the eggs breaking.
Did you see?
I have to say, what's this?
She said, I need bubble wrapped lined pockets to wear while I fend off Mr. Aggressive with my broomstick.
No.
Are you talking about your husband or a rooster? Because that'd be me outside. I'd be like, Eric, back off. I'm trying to be in the garden. Trying to collect eggs.
I was just going to say that, sometimes the strength of eggs amazes me. We had some turkey eggs the other day that Monica had asked me to just go ahead and throw out. So I went to go dump them in the compost. And because we have some cattle panels set up because I'm trying to wean some calves, I didn't feel like dealing with it. So I just launched them probably about, 15, 20 yards.
And they just roll.
They hit the ground and just rolled, or the ones that hit the compost pile, bounced over the fencing, and then rolled down to the pasture. And I'm like,
eggs are so durable. I remember when we had turkeys when I was growing up, my mom she could not bust those open to use them. It was so hard for her. But before I got distracted, I was saying that, we talk about in our inner circle and stuff, and then sometimes in other lives that, oh, you need to do this to grow your channel, or you need to do that to get, more money in here and more money in there. And for my channel and for these aprons, I'm thankful for every penny. When I first started my YouTube channel, I told everybody I'd be happy if I just made 5 cents because I've reached that goal.
Yeah.
And with the aprons, I was just like, oh, people like it. That makes me feel good. It's a legacy I'm leaving for my kids and my grandkids.
Yep.
I did this. My YouTube channel, when I do the tutorials for crocheting, that's because when I'm gone, my grandkids will still have that availability to learn how to crochet.
Yeah.
My grandkids can hear me read Anne of Green Gables to them. And my grandkids can see how I struggled with pickling a bunch of pickles that one year and have some fun times too.
Well, they have some of your good stories too, because again, you lured me in. The very first video I ever watched of you, and I've said it to you several times, was the story of you going to was it yard sales, and you talked about
I was having the yard sale.
And they were trying to talk you down. Right. And just
why don't you just let her tell the story?
It was just a good story.
Well, if it's a good story, let her tell it.
I'll tell Eric the story because he hasn't heard the story in anybody else.
I haven't heard this story.
I had a yard sale and I had a beautiful punch bowl set, like cut crystal. And as the sun would come through, it would cast the rainbows and everything. And this I had it marked for $10. And it had all the little cups with all the hooks and everything. And this little old lady with her caregiver came to my yard sale, and she would just run her hand around the edge of the bowl. You could tell she just really adored it. And she said, she had $5. Would I take $5? And I said, no, it's worth $10. I'm going to stick to it and keep it at $10. She walked around the yard sale. She came back to the punch bowl. And again, she would rub her hand around the edge of the rim and everything. She goes, my caregiver can give me $3. Will you take $8? And I was pretty proud of myself for sticking to my guns because I said, no, it's $10. And I was also selling a bedroom set. And the little old lady went and got in the car. And then she called me over to the car because she wanted to know if the bedroom set didn't sell, would I consider taking payments on the bedroom set because she'd really like to buy it for her granddaughter. And I thought, if it doesn't sell, I'll work something out with this little old lady, sure. I went and got her a piece of paper and a pen. And as she's writing her number down, the very edge of her sweater just barely showed the tattoo on her wrist of her numbers. I'm going to cry. They were her numbers for when she was in a concentration camp in Germany. And she didn't mean for me to see them. But I thought, who am I to put value on a punch bowl when I don't even know what this woman has gone through in her life as a survivor of the Holocaust?
Yeah.
I asked her to wait a minute. I went back up, got the punch bowl, opened the door, and put it in her lap. And she said, I don't have $10. I said, I don't want anything. It's for you. I want you to enjoy it. And she sat there and she just ran her fingers around the edge of the punch bowl. And I thought, you know, maybe her mama had a punch bowl like that before they were all rounded up, or her grandma.
Yeah.
And it just brought back memories. And, you know, the reason and I'm going to say this, and I hopefully nobody will get upset or anything, but the reason I stuck to my prices was because I don't like haggling. I don't like haggling at yard sales. I really don't like it. And I don't like it when people do it to me. And I grew up with the notion, or hearing it wrong, as the saying of people chewing down the price of something. And I thought they were like chewing down the price. And I said that to somebody one time and they said, no, it's called chewing down the price. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's an awful thing to say. And I didn't like the practice all the more when I realized that that's what people were saying. And when I shared that story, it's like she literally chewed me down, but in the best way, in the most heartfelt life lesson, who am I in the grand scheme of things way, that here's this sweet little old lady. And I gave her that punch bowl. And I pray that she had joy with that till the day she died.
Yeah.
And that
$10
wouldn't have meant anything to me. I probably would have taken my kids to McDonald's and had lunch with that $10. And it would have, the memory would have been gone. I would not have learned anything.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have learned a lesson at all. And she taught me the most amazing lesson that day. And I'll never forget it. And I can still see the punch bowl. I can still see her in the car. I mean, I can still see her little white sweater with just the numbers tattooed on her wrist, just poking out. It's so vivid. And I would have lost that. I'm so grateful for that lesson. That's my story.
I'm glad that you shared that on your channel, because that story, and I'll never forget hearing you. I always joke when I say that I do this, but I listen to YouTube and I watch YouTube videos in the shower. Okay. I have my phone, and I stick my phone into a Ziploc bag and I stick it in the top of my shower thing. And I watch videos sometimes. It's how I get a quiet time for me, though. And I'll never forget, because I turned Alicia's on, her video on, and I'm listening to her while I'm in the shower. And I'm watching the video and I'm listening to her tell the story, and I'm in tears. I'm like washing my face, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was just so good. And the idea, it was a good story, but it was so real to me, because also at the time I'm coming off of a study that I'm teaching my children called We Remember. And it was about the Holocaust. It was about the struggles and the trials that the people over in Germany had, that the Jewish whole nation had. And it hit me so hard. I was like, I need to see everything that she just did on her channel. Like, I need to hear her talk. And so it was like, immediately I was like, subscribe.
Oh, thank you.
But it was one of those moments where I knew, I was like, there is something about her, and I want to follow her, and I want to hear her stories, and I want to hear you talk, because for me, it was more than just a story. It was about how you really related. And it was just very important to me. So anyway, I love that. I mean, it's a very important story to share, and I'm glad that
it is. I mean, I
yeah.
don't know how many times I've shared that story in the last 20 years, but I still get weepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm weepy now.
Well, but, knowing you had a blog too, and then I went back and saw some of your blog stuff.
Oh yeah.
but your blog stories. You're very creative, and I love the way you write, and I like the way you talk. You're very smooth. I don't know how to say it. Like, she's smooth. But, it's just some of those people that you like to hear speak, or you like to hear their stories. And if you wrote a book, I would read it, because I could tell already that it'll keep my attention. I would follow with what you're saying, because I'd like to hear your
And
story.
that's another legacy that I want to leave for my grandkids and my kids is I wrote those stories so that after I'm gone, maybe they can put them into a coffee table book or something, and they'll have them there and they can look back and read about my experiences and the things that I learned along the way with the life lessons. I've got lots of life lessons I'm going to share with everybody. I don't know what time you guys leave, but important homesteading life lesson. And Monica knows about this because she texted her, she voicemailed me. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened to you. Are you okay? I learned.
Are you gonna tell the story of this one now?
Did you tell?
Eric doesn't know the story.
He does?
He does not. He has not heard. Yeah, everyone listen to this story.
Listen to this story, guys. Do not do what I do. That's the lesson today. So somebody had put on Marketplace that they had these really great storage bins. Yes, Eric?
I just want to say real quick, I hate to interrupt because I know everybody would rather listen to you speak rather than me. But it's interesting that that's the rule in our house is don't do what mom does. Go ahead.
No, it's don't say what mom says. It's not don't do what mom does.
Don't do what I do. And sometimes don't even say what I say, because I think Rochelle can attest to that. So anyways, this lady had some storage containers on sale, and I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for my yarn, because this is my craft room upstairs, but I like to crochet downstairs and I like to have little bins to keep my projects in. And I thought, I'm going to go buy those. I told her to hold them for me. I'd be there in the morning. And I was looking for her house, and I thought I saw the house number, but I wasn't sure. And she didn't have a proper driveway. It's one of these houses that you pull down the alley, and everybody has their driveways to the back of the house along the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pulled in, and I think we're just trying to piece the things together because we're not really sure what happened. We suspect that I must have pulled past her house and then realized it was her house, put the truck in reverse, backed up, and then put it in drive again. And then when I went to put it in park, I didn't put it in park. I put it in neutral because it stopped, because you have to pull it forward to get it to go past reverse to get into park. I put it in neutral. And I got out of the truck, walked up this really steep grassy knoll that's covered in mud and rocks and grass, up her 4 very steep concrete stairs to her old Iowa home, and went into her boot room. Here in Iowa, the boot room is like a front porch. You can just walk in, and it's not like walking into their house.
Okay.
So I'm in the boot room, and she comes out into the boot room, and we're chit-chatting, and I start telling her one of my stories, because you guys know I'm a storyteller. And I'm telling her about this time that I come up out of the basement, and there was like this 90-year-old man in his little striped overalls sitting in my boot room. Our only shower was in the basement. I come up wrapped in a towel, and here's this 90-year-old man in my boot room. He's there to buy eggs.
I remember you telling me this.
So I start telling her this story, and she goes, I think your truck is rolling away. And I'm like, what? And I look out the side window of this boot room, and there's my truck just rolling down the alley. And it's got the trajectory to run into her neighbor's brand new truck. And trucks are like $80,000 now.
Yeah.
It's just at a slow click. It's just rolling. And I'm like, no. And I run out, go down the stairs, down the grassy knoll, across the what is it? The alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm running in her neighbor's yard. This mama don't run graceful. My mama did not name me Grace for good reason. But I'm running. I'm running as fast as my little legs will carry me. And it's important to note that I'm wearing Uggs. But I'm running as fast as I can go. And then gravity took over. Yes, Lord? Gravity took over, and I couldn't stop the forward momentum. The forward momentum was more than what my legs could handle.
Are you touching the truck at this point?
Oh no, I'm not even close to the truck. I'm not even close to the truck.
You're just at the back end watching the truck go?
I'm just watching it creep towards that guy's truck down the alley. And once that forward momentum started and it was in slow motion, there was no stopping it. And I face planted on the ground. And when I say I face planted, my nose broke my fall. I just flat faced it. And I couldn't move. I just laid there prone, like my arms out to the side, just prone with my face in the mud. I hear the lady run past me. She like jumps over my outstretched arm. She runs past me to get to the truck. I can't even lift my head to know if the truck has been stopped. I have no idea. I don't know how long I laid there. She comes back to me and she says, I'm afraid to roll you over because I know you're going to be a bloody mess. I'm sure you broke your nose because my face hit so hard. And she finally rolled me over and I was like, how is it? And she goes, oh my God, there's no blood. Which I was amazed. I felt my whole face just felt like my nose had been crammed up into my brain. I didn't bust my lips. I didn't break my teeth. Nothing.
It's all on grass. Was it grass or just solid like dirt mud?
It was frozen tundra.
It was permafrost from Alaska.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there were bits of snow, but it was mostly frozen mud.
Oh.
And I gathered my composure. She says, oh, there's a police car. Should I wave them down? I'm like, no, don't wave them down. I'm totally embarrassed. Her husband comes running up. All of a sudden, there's a man with a dog. I don't know where he came from. But I'm surrounded by all these people. And they're like, we need to call you an ambulance. I'm like, don't call an ambulance. I'm fine. Let me catch my breath. They finally went to stand me up. And I could not stand. I kept falling to the ground. And I didn't understand it. And I told them, I said, I know I can stand and I know I can get up. It's not because I'm fat, which I am. And it's not because I'm out of shape, which I am, but nothing's working. And they finally got me to stand up and she's picking snow and leaves out of my hair. And they put the stuff in the truck for me because as soon as I got up, I handed her the $20. I said, I don't want to lose your money. And I got
where's the truck? Where's your truck at this point?
She stopped the truck. I'm going to say 2 feet to less than 2 feet from hitting that man's truck. And I just noticed this week that the radio knob is gone. So when she got in there and shoved it into park, she must have hit it with her hand. And I don't know where that knob went. But
thankfully, you know a mechanic, so you'll be good.
I know a mechanic. He can help. But, I got in the truck and I felt dazed.
Oh.
And I just kind of drove down the alleyway. And I remembered how to get to the post office and I had to go to the post office.
Yeah, keep running your errands. Might as well.
And
just have a small brain bleed.
And the postmaster's looking at me like I'm just a complete weirdo because I've got the shakes so bad. I'm like this. I didn't know how to use the credit card machine. I was just a mess. My face is bright red. And I said, I just had a really bad fall.
Are you not covered in mud at this point? Or you were just kept on going? You didn't care.
Frozen. So
yeah, it was good.
I was good. I didn't look bad except for the red face, which I still have a bump.
Well, you sent a picture. I think you sent a picture to us.
That was in the post office parking lot. It's like, okay, this is what I did. I'm really silly.
You didn't look like you just took a spill.
It didn't look that bad.
No.
So I went to the store and I was all dressed up because I was going to film content that day. And it's like, I just don't feel like doing this. I don't want to be here. And I went to the truck and I called Jim. I said, I'm going to go get checked out. They took x-rays. They took CAT scans. They did all this stuff. Nothing was broken, but I had a mild concussion. I rang my clock. And when I explained to the doctor why I couldn't stand, she said, you took such a severe hit that your muscle tone was gone. You had no tone in your muscle. Your body just went into like a shock. And that's why I felt that way. It's been 2 weeks. I still get this. I didn't just fall and like hit my face. My stomach is covered in bruises.
Are you serious?
My stomach has bruises this big all across my stomach. That's how flat I hit.
Oh, it's a good thing they didn't have yard gnomes.
Right?
You would have been scared.
Impaled myself. That would have been a story.
Oh my gosh. Alicia from Country Mama impaled by yard gnomes in Iowa.
There's no place like home. So the moral of the story is, because when my husband finally joined me at the hospital, he said, never ever chase the truck.
Yes.
If you would have caught the truck, you would not have been able to pull yourself up into the truck.
You'd have been drugged with the truck.
I would have been drugged and then probably drugged under and rolled over by the truck.
Yeah.
So he says, you're lucky you didn't get run over by the truck. He says, you're also lucky because you would not have been able to get in the truck, that the truck then didn't hit something, you would have been crushed by the door. People die that way all the time. He goes, this is why we have insurance. You never, ever chase the truck. And I had somebody comment because I'd shared it on our homesteading page so that other people would, think not to do that. And I said, well, maybe next time don't chase the truck. Well, yeah, but at the moment the instinct takes over and you're not even I wasn't thinking. I just instinctually ran.
I like that you thought that you were like 25 again.
I know.
And that you could go, like, that would be me, right? My daughter said to me a few years ago, yeah, you could. I'm like, I could totally I can do a cartwheel. Duh. I was like 40. I'm like, I can do a cartwheel.
I can hang from these bars.
I'm only 40. I can do a cartwheel. Duh. I did a cartwheel. I tell you what, I almost blew my hip out. Okay. I wasn't walking right for like a week. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die.
Still feeling it.
Yeah. So apparently, yeah, I guess sometimes we forget that we're not 25 and we can do things that 20-year-olds can do.
Have you ever seen that video with the goats walking and their backsides are just bouncing? I know that's what it looked like as I was running. I know if somebody has it on their Ring doorbell camera, it would make a great gift. I'm just waiting for someday to just see
Jen is 25.
Boom, 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 chasing the truck and then just face planting. You could have planted a row of corn with my schnoz left behind in there.
You're like, hey, if you got a Ring video of it, that's fine. If it goes viral, just tag at Country Mama Musings.
I want a cut. If you win the $10,000 on America's Funniest Home Video, Mama needs a cut because I know there's something out my back. I need chiropractic now, but I still feel a little off. I didn't know what year it was.
Oh my gosh.
That can be a little concerning.
Yeah. I didn't know what year it was.
Oh.
So I really rung my clock. Don't chase the truck. It's why you have insurance. But I have shed a lot of tears over this because while I was sitting in the hospital, Jim said, it's spring break. He goes, you're really lucky there weren't little kids out there playing.
Yeah.
And I just weep when I think my carelessness could have hurt a child. I mean,
But you didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't
intentional. It wasn't intentional.
And so you can't beat yourself up over something that didn't happen.
But I would have.
I would say you should be glad that there wasn't more kids out there because they would have been recording you.
Record away. I'm happy to be the fodder. But
well, we're glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I did drive a week later. I drove for the first time. I went back into town, lost my keys twice in one day. I mean, I'm just.
You need to get some of those.
A little while for things to get back to normal. I don't know.
Are you able to when you got the concussion or whatever? Did they tell you that you had to limit your electronics and things like that?
Trucks.
No more chasing vehicles.
Chasing trucks. No chasing the ice cream truck.
Wait, so you're actually you're worse than the actual house dog then, chasing vehicles.
Right? At least the dog catches the truck.
But you had to limit all of your things. Did you limit your crochet time, or you're still like this?
I did not crochet for a couple of days. They told me to really no screen time because of the light of the screen. And later that night, I did check Facebook. Jim's like, "You're not supposed to be on there." It was the concussion that caused me to lose my keys. I just wasn't thinking. Yeah. But that's something that Jim was like, "Well, what were you thinking? Why did you not even put the car in park?" It's like, it's not like I was excited to go buy these things. It's not like I thought somebody was going to beat me to it. It's not like I needed to get there. It just, I don't know what happened. I've never done that before.
It just sounds like a misstep, just a misstep and whatever. It's not a,
But what a costly misstep it could have been. I'm so thankful nobody got hurt. I'm so thankful that girl that chased it down for me, that she didn't get pulled over or pulled under, get hurt.
I'm glad she knows she's 25.
I haven't put my ring back on because this whole hand was swollen.
Oh my gosh.
And but they're minimal things. It's minimal. I'll survive.
Yeah.
Thank God nobody was hurt. Don't chase the trucks, ladies and gentlemen. Learn from me.
Yeah. Don't chase the trucks.
Somebody
will-
told me, they said, didn't you learn anything from that Jeremy Renner guy that got ran over by his own snowplow? It's like, I didn't even think of it.
What?
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner. I don't know. I didn't hear that one.
I don't know.
Oh
which
yeah,
guy.
he's an actor. His snowplow started. He got like a Tomcat or whatever it is.
I know his name too. Now I got to go look him
It's
up.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye from Justice. Not Justice.
Yes,
League, what is it?
he's like some superhero dude.
Wait, did he
Yeah.
die?
No, but he broke like 30 bones. Like his literal snowplow ran him over. It pulled him under and ran him over.
Well, that's dumb.
Well, see, I did the same dumb thing. But I didn't think. He didn't think either. He probably thought, oh, I can catch it and just stop it real quick. And then he got pulled under. So,
Oh, well, he's 52, which if you spin it, it's 25. So that's the reason why he thought that
see.
he could do that. But he did say in his interview, I quote, I chose to survive. So it's a good thing you chose to survive and get up.
Mama just doesn't bounce like she used to. It's like, boom.
Man, I wish somebody had a
I know
ring.
it had to look hysterical. It had to look hysterical.
I wish somebody had a ring. You need to find that lady's number and be like, "Hi, I know you remember me. I'm the lady that fell in your gnome-free yard. Is there any way you happen to have a ring light, ring camera? Do you happen to have it on video?" We're just asking
Wouldn't
for
it
a
have
friend.
been awesome if that dog would have had like a GoPro on his collar? That would have been awesome.
Oh my
So
god!
that's kind of been, I've just kind of been hanging low, crocheting, attempting to concuss myself and being quite successful at that, at both of them actually.
Oh my gosh!
And,
Now, what are your plans for? Do you have more Etsy patterns coming out? I know you said you had a bunch. Are you releasing still every week a new one?
I just released a new one today for a lovey.
Oh, I saw that. It is so stinking cute.
There's no other lovey out there like it. And here's one. Here's my lovey.
Look at that.
These are my loveys. They're called the switcheroos because most loveys, when they're crocheted and they're all crocheted,
Yep.
if the baby vomits on it or gets snot on it or whatever, you have to wash the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is designed so that you can add baby's favorite stuffed animal to it. If they puke on it, you can take it off and then wash it and put it back on. Or if grandma shows up with a new teddy or a giraffe or whatever, you can take the old one out and switch for another one. So they're the switcheroo baby loveys. So they're just little baby security blankets, and you can personalize them with whatever stuffed animal you want.
That's cool. I'm trying to get you big and not. I'm trying to get you big and not us.
There he is.
There we go. Look, I love that. I think that's fantastic.
Let's see. I can take him out.
So do you have to buy that one separate? You have to buy whatever stuffed animal you want.
You buy whatever stuffed animal you want.
I love that.
So see,
So that way
here's
it's
the
really
regular stuffed
customizable.
animal.
Yeah.
And
So if you wanted to make it a little bunny lovey
or
for
what
Easter.
if, this is a really good one, because what if you have your child's teddy bear from when they were a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to be a parent? You can take their teddy bear, put it in the lovey so it's passed down from generation to generation, and now your son's baby has his teddy in a security blanket.
Like Daddy Beans. I could make Daddy Beans a lovey for Caleb's children.
Yes.
Can you make the knitted part or the crocheted part? Can you make that look like a tuxedo?
That's our next pattern.
See, now this bear's in the lovey.
I love that. That's so cool.
See, the
And
only
baby
problem
can
with
carry
that,
it around and love on it all they want, and then you wash it when you're ready to wash it.
the only problem for me is I slobbered so much over my lovey. I'm not handing that bad boy down to anybody because it stinks like.
That's a personal
Spit.
problem.
That sounds like a personal problem, Eric.
I have a lot of
Keep your
personal problems.
slobbers to yourself. But I made some with some caterpillars that I got, and the caterpillars have different sections of colors.
Yeah.
And then once your baby becomes a toddler, you could put the little caterpillar in, and then it becomes a learning game for learning their colors, and then they can count the feet.
Wait, did you already sell that pattern? Or that?
It's the same pattern, different animal.
Oh.
So hang on.
Oh, I like it. We're going back, Eric, so that way she can go make her big again.
What are we looking at?
Look, so
We're
This little
counting.
guy.
I'm not much on counting.
got it. So you can put the lovey on him.
Right.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
We're getting comments that might be good for purse puppies. I don't know what that means.
Wait, what is
Huh?
my grandson loves? We took a pretty good face plant chasing off coyotes in the dark last year. Stepped in a hole and did a hard face plant. Wasn't fun.
Oh.
Oh, no drops. We were on Spider-Man Homecoming in the release order viewing. Might
see,
be good
there
for
he
purse
is.
puppies. Oh, see, that's so cute.
And then, there's
Whoa.
Yeah, hey now. It's a family-friendly show.
The family show.
There's his
Yeah.
little colors and his little legs that you can teach them to count.
I love that. That's so cool. So you released a pattern today. That's for your
Yeah.
lovey. And then
Uh-huh.
you have more patterns to release each week. Are you going to keep doing that for the next month or so? Or
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So you
I'm just
guys,
trying to
I don't know if anybody's
timeline.
seen it. Has
Like-
everybody seen the turtle that you open it up and all the little turtles come out and you turn it over? It's a memory game.
Yes.
I'm making like 6 different versions of that,
Ooh.
but without turtles.
Oh, cool.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna say
so
what it is.
if
And then I have
somebody,
these.
oh, they're so cute.
Do you know what they are?
They're like little hair clips. Are they little
They're-
clip? Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Are they have? Hold on. We're
just
gonna make you big.
We're
Hold
just
on.
gonna highlight
Yeah,
you and
hold
leave
on.
you
Make
up.
her big. Yeah, I want to see her big so I can. Hold on. He's gonna make you big again so that I can see. Because I'm looking. Oh, they look like little. Wait, are they necklaces or like little?
They're little baby barefoot sandals.
Oh my gosh, they're so stinking cute.
And they're adjustable, which nobody else has adjustable ones. This is my own pattern. So there's a loop that you slide over the
Baby.
baby's toe, and then the flowers on the top of the foot,
Yeah,
and then they have ties to wrap around their ankles.
that's so stinking cute. I can
So
show you a
this
picture. of
pattern will
mine.
be coming out.
So timeline wise, if people are interested in looking at all the different patterns and things, are they looking forward to you're going to have patterns released every week for the next month? Are you thinking it's going to be further down? Like you're going to have just be coming back weekly for new patterns for you?
Just keep coming back. If you go to my Etsy shop and you favorite the shop,
Okay.
you'll get notifications when I put new patterns up.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's going to be more egg apron patterns. There's going
Okay.
to be the memory game patterns. I have a really cute game coming out with ladybugs and bees. And,
Nice.
things pop in my head and I start creating, and I'm up till 3 a.m. writing down different patterns because I can't stop.
Well, just, I say go with the hyper focus. Go with the hyper focus. Get in there, get it going. You'll be fine. Okay. So if you follow the shop on Etsy, then you'll get notifications when
you
you
should
release
get
something new.
notifications when I drop new things.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. He's got it. Yeah. Go to Thompson Farm. Okay. Let's put that up. So I was just going for that, Jesse. So Jesse just put up, if you're looking at, if you're looking for the Etsy shop, you can click follow, and you can follow shop. And once you follow shop, you have to have your little Google sign in or your Apple or whatever. But
You can sign in as a guest, or you can make an account.
I'll go back.
I
I have it with Gmail, I think. So I'm going to follow you with my Gmail just to see.
But I'm
if it
having a lot of fun with it. I really am. And I'm so excited about the chicken aprons with Kentucky Fried Chicken and that whole thing. That's just amazing.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. It's really cool to be able to do some different things. And you're still getting messages.
Ding, ding. Somebody
I
just,
think that's
that's
cool.
you favorited my shop. I bet you that's what it is.
That's what it was. Oh, I did. Yeah, that's right. I love it.
I bet you if I open my phone, it's going to say Monica favored your shop.
Yeah, I did. I just followed it. So it's really cool. It even lists your sales on there. It says you have 121 sales. That's really cool. I love
And
that.
on Monday, I just hit 100. So 4
I
days later, I'm
absolutely
already
love
at
it.
121.
That is super cool. And I like the fact that, it's a pattern itself. People can go and they can, make it still unique to them, because you can still make it whatever colors you want. And if I crocheted, I would be loving this. I don't, but if I did, it would be, I mean, I have to say, I already think your sunflower one is pretty awesome. I just saw that just now. And then your the nesting hen one is probably my favorite. It's so stinking cute.
What's the nesting hen?
That's the nesting. It's the hens. Like looks like see the little hens.
Yeah, with her little boots.
Yeah, with her little boots. But look how cute that one is. With the little flowers, and then the sunflower one is super cute too. I love it.
I'm not sure that I'm wearing it, but it's cute.
Well,
Eric, if you wore it, you could be in that Men with Chickens calendar. Oh,
Yeah,
you need to make an entire apron men calendar.
What?
With my aprons.
What are you encouraging right now?
With nothing but my aprons. Ding ding.
Papa Jim's gonna be like, "That's just a calendar for you, dear. I'll be your model." Hey Heather, how are you?
I'm gonna behave myself. You guys
Oh
know
my
that's very
gosh.
difficult for me.
Jen's just putting it out there, just so you know. Is Ember likes ladybugs, just so you know.
Well, I've got the ladybug game coming out, and I do have.
See?
Okay, I have notebooks. Okay, this is what my notebooks look like. I mean, you see all the chicken scratch?
I love it. That's awesome.
See
That's
that?
called genius, is what that is.
That's for my sunflower pattern. This
So
is for
cool.
my newest one I just released. I mean, they just go for pages and pages and pages of scribble for these ideas that I have. I can't stop it.
Well, I say go with the flow and enjoy it. Like you said, if you're doing something you love and you're making that passive income, it's not like you're shipping things out. You don't have to keep running to the post office. You don't have to keep doing those things. These are a way for you to be able to create something and to sell what you have. I'm looking at it right now, and it's so funny because I'm looking at your shop, and it says your boho one pattern is 13 people have this in their cart. Over 20 people have your nesting hen one in their cart right now. The sunflower one, 8 people have it in their cart. Like, I am just blown away because these people are putting it in their carts and they are ready to get your stuff.
And Blue's right. I need to get a hold of Chicken Daddies. I need to send them an apron and have them put it in their next apron. But
you
calendar,
should.
Or their next
You
chicken
should.
calendar. My son told me this, Mom.
They actually have a calendar video.
I'll show you that later.
No, I don't want to see that.
It's not a video. It's just a calendar.
It's a calendar.
Good enough.
I'll show you.
It's men dressed in sundresses and boots holding chickens and posing.
It is not Eric's cup of tea.
Pass.
All the more reason he should do it because it would be genius.
That's going right back to rye bread. Pass.
You might like rye bread.
I'm with Eric on that one. I'll eat raisins, but not rye bread.
Oh, I just put in the Chicken Daddy's thing, and he's gonna die in a second when he sees this.
Good grief! Who would even buy something like that?
A lot of people. You would be surprised.
I'm very surprised. I'm surprised they feel comfortable to do that.
Look, Jesse's like, "No, sir, not for me." And that's probably how he said it too. He like deepened his voice even more. He was like, "No, sir, not for me."
All right, it's a favorite calendar for
See,
Blue.
Blue loves it. Yes,
you only have to worry when you have a calendar like that and somebody says you have a pretty mouth.
Oh no.
He said, "Drop said, I'll let Homer Simpson wear the dress. Thank you very much." Oh my gosh, that's too much. Oh, and Jen's gonna throw it in there just for fun. Raisins, just out of nowhere. She's just throwing in raisins because you can never have a show, can never have a Thursday Night Live without mentioning bidets, raisins, daddy beans.
Right.
I mean, just out of curiosity, is this like different people?
Yeah. Well,
Each
some
year?
of them are. Some of them are the same husband that's daring enough to do it.
Oh, is that what we're calling it? Daring?
Yes. The idea came about when my partner Tim agreed to pose for a silly photo shoot after we saw the Target dress challenge online. Quote.
And you know what? Passive income.
Passive income.
They shoot it once, make the calendar. It ships from a publishing company, and they're just sitting back listening to the cha-chings.
That's exactly what they're doing.
And yeah, I could imagine some dude rolling up trying to get a job with me, and I gotta let go and find out he's a chicken daddy.
Jim's brother had a great idea for Jim because Jim just got some new Wrangler shirts and he just ordered the new Yellowstone cologne. And he says he's got to be like Rip from Yellowstone, only we don't have a horse. So he's going to take pictures and ride on our donkey, dressed up like Rip. Maybe it'll work.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know.
Oh, there you go. Rick said he sent him the application last year. Blue says, as far as I know, they're all married and the calendar's raising money for different charities. And you know what? If they're raising money for charities, that's pretty cool too. But yeah, that's so funny. Oh, look, woohoo. Welcome. Yeah, woohoo, Rick. I think you meant raising money for charity.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we're keeping Ember awake.
Can we take this down?
Oh, okay. I'll take the. I have what you don't see is I have a computer behind this. I have a monitor behind this laptop,
With
and
chicken
so
man.
so I've got the Chicken Daddy calendar up there. Well, I wanted to point out though, because we've got some people, friends of ours, hitting milestones too, and I saw that Old Sweets Farm, Rich, just hit 3,000.
We did.
Super exciting, and then I know that Danny with Wicked Awesome Gardening, she's not in here tonight, but she just hit 5,000.
Oh, wow.
She went from 3 to 5 in like a week. It went viral. She had a couple videos go viral, I think, on TikTok.
I'm almost to 3.
Yay!
I'm almost there.
That is awesome.
Like really close.
I feel like you went to like almost through really quick though. Like at first, like I feel like you jumped from like over that 1,000 mark all the way up. Or like, oh yeah, you're at 2.91. I love that. That's so awesome. Yay. Well,
I think I'm at 2,917.
That's cool.
But who's counting?
Only the YouTube people and the one, when you track it on your app. Okay. So I will say,
and that's where I get back to where, I have people who I'm getting emails from people like, I looked at your YouTube and I would like to help you. It's a spam thing, but they're like, you're not getting very many views. It's like, you know what? That's okay. If I only get 20 views on this, or if I only get 30 views on that, that's okay. Because the messages I'm getting behind those views means so much more to me than anything else. Because I had a lady write me and say, I bought this pattern 20 years ago and I've tried 3 times to do this and I can't do it. But I watched your tutorial and I did it. And I never would have done this without you. Thank you. And it's like, that makes me feel good. It's the fact that it's not validation for me. It's not that they're validating me. It's that what I'm doing helps them. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And my tutorials for the crocheted apron, I know that Gwen is doing it. And Nisi over at Free Handly Made, she's doing it, and a few others. But I was contacted by the Oklahoma City Municipal Library System.
That's so cool.
They're using my tutorials for their students to teach them to crochet.
Isn't that so cool?
Do I make any money on it? I might make a penny here and there because the views aren't all that great. But I can say my videos were used for this big library system in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And you're famous.
I'm just a little.
See, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I am like so proud of you. I think it's so cool because it's something that I don't know. It's not. This isn't what you were doing last year. And I think that one of those things
I just wasn't sharing it.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where we try to do things to, we always want to grow in whatever we're doing. And I feel like sometimes we grow in things that maybe aren't our passion. And sometimes I feel like when you grow in what you're passionate about, you can see that it just radiates and it's exciting to do things that you absolutely love. And it's kind of cool to see that you were doing this last year, but you weren't really doing it like you're doing it now.
And, I have to give a lot of credit to Lisa over at Yogi Hollow because she knew I was crocheting and she'd say, when are you going to do crochet videos? It's like, I didn't know how to fix up my camera so that I could do it.
Yeah.
And she, by the 3rd time, she says, you need to start putting your crochet out there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. And so she and I would talk back and forth and she helped me figure out the camera setting. And now I could just like, boop, boop, boop. And I've got it top down and I've got it all set up and I can do my stuff. But she's the one who lit the fire under my keister to do it.
I love that.
Props to Lisa for lighting that fire. I don't know if Two Doves is talking to you. Do y'all sell merch? I have a merch shop. I have a coffee cup says, wrap your mitts around 2 hot chicks, and it's me with a baby chicken. I
love it. Yeah, so we don't sell, I mean, we sell our merch through YouTube. We don't have, I think we can get the little thing at the bottom now where you can like add your YouTube, like we can add our Bland's Promised Land Ranch merch shop now on our channel, I think. I don't know. I think somebody said you had to hit so many thousand to do it. I think we can now. Casey was telling me, I think you have to hit, I don't know how many K, but I think we can do it now. He was saying we could, because I was on the phone with him like a couple weeks ago, and he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, you're this many viewers and 1,000 or whatever. I'm so excited. He was all gushing or whatever. And he's like, you could sell your stuff now. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that, but okay.
Okay. I know Jim comes home. Papa Jim comes home. I said, like, look at Monica and Eric, and I'll pull your stuff up. He's like, oh my God, he's so happy for you guys. I am too. I just think it's amazing.
Well, I'm like, we stalled out. People stopped making fun of us. So they decided but we're going to do a response video to some of the comments, because I get new video comments every day that just literally make me laugh. My favorite one recently was, you absolutely need to get your eyes checked, because if you can't tell that those 2 jars look different, then you definitely are blind. And I'm fearful for people around you. And I was like, oh my gosh, settle down. Another person was like, you're living the dream that only Dr. Martin Luther King you're living the life that only Dr. Martin Luther King could have dreamt of. You actually see no color. And I was like, oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. I was like, I sent the guy back a comment, and I was like, you seriously made me snort laugh. You made me laugh so hard. Thank you for that. He was like, is it pin worthy? And I'm like, no, it's not pin worthy, but it was really funny. Thank you for winning the internet.
I passed my ham sandwich through my nose. I laughed so hard. Thank you.
It was so good. I was like, thank you guys. I mean, like, they're making fun of me because of what I said. And I said what I believed at the time. Like, I was trying to, I was expressing myself, and it wasn't that I was trying to be wrong, but these people were like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm not really an idiot.
But I'm the idiot with 1.5 million views.
I'm like, but you all have watched it 1.4 million times. So thank you. But I'm like, whatever. It's just funny. But we've slowed down on our incline of people. So every now and then we get like 3 more people. And I'm like, 3 more viewers. 3 more subscribers. Yay.
It's a nice little affirmation.
Yeah.
Even if, it's like I said before, if I made a nickel, I'd be happy. And I made a little more than a nickel, and I'm happy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Well, every subscriber I get all excited about. I'm like, oh, we got 3 more subscribers today, Eric. But when it was, I will say, when we were going really fast, and it was like, we were getting, like, every time I would like pull the little thing down and refresh, it would be 50 more. I'm like, oh my gosh, we just got 50 more. And I was sending the kids updates by the day. And we went from 3,000 or 5,000 to 6,000 and within one afternoon, like one day. And my sister was like, you're doing it. You're almost there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like scrolling and pulling down. And every time I would see it click over to a new milestone, I'd snap picture and send it to the kids on our group chat. And the kids were like, yeah.
That's so fun.
And it was just fun. I mean, we just celebrated. So every little milestone, we're just celebrating everything.
Of course. And you guys deserve it, because you have a great channel.
Well, it's just fun to celebrate with the kids because they're doing it with us. So yeah.
Anytime I'm getting a little milestone, I send it to my son in California, because he's the one who told me, you need to start a YouTube channel. So every once in a while I'll send him something.
See?
And then he helped me with my first pattern, because I'm not all that, Adobe PDF savvy. So he helped me with that first one. And so I send him little things, and he sends me little happy, joyful emoticons, and he's all happy too. And so I really enjoy sharing it with my family.
Yeah. I think that's been the best part for us too, is that Caleb, was the one that really was encouraging to us. He was like, you should make videos. We should do this. And they've all been really encouraging, and it's just cool to see them get so excited for us. And, that's been really fun to share that with them. And even the kids love making videos, but it's the best part is that this past week, just 2 days, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Yesterday, Eric's dad and his mom, his dad was working on a project for Eric, and he was just going to do it. And before he did it, he was like, well, just wait. And Sharon, his mom, goes, just wait, we'll make a video. I'll record it for you, Eric. So they came over last night. He had fixed the things he was going to fix. And he's like, okay, now I got to get these videos to you. So he airdrops me 9 videos. And he remembers that he forgot to make the closing video. And I'm like, it's fine. Eric can piece it together. He'll make a closing video. And he's like, I'll go do it now. He leaves the kitchen. He walks out the side door, goes to the garage, finishes the video in just a minute or so, comes walking back in. And he's like, all right, now how do I get that video to you now? And so he airdrops the video to me. And now I've got Eric's probably got an 8-minute video of this repair that his dad and mom did together. And it was the cutest thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing. Dave is like, particular about all the things he does. And I was like, oh, it's the Diva's dad working out Diva stuff.
Last year our pellet stove stopped working and Jim had to do a repair on it because the auger was clogged.
Oh.
And I said, stop. I'm going to make a video. And he's like, oh, really? Had several thousand views. I mean, and we've had people write to us and say, thank you. You just saved me about $400 service call.
I think those are the best ones when you do a video and people are like, that's awesome. Thank you. And I'm like, you're welcome. I just figured if we were going to do it, might as well share it with you. Mm-hmm. So, that's part of doing YouTube is just having fun, sharing what we are learning. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's okay. I don't care if people like it.
I got more negative on my last video when I did the vertical storage in my pantry.
Oh yeah, the shoe holder, the shoe rack.
It works great for me. And I had people say like, maybe don't buy so much mayonnaise.
I see one. Why do you have so many condiments?
Because I don't live next to a store, and sometimes we're snowed in for weeks at a time, and it's nice to just have a jar of mayonnaise when I need it.
Yeah. Somebody was like, this is not necessary.
Yeah. I don't get to go on Costco runs.
Yeah, right. Well, that's my favorite too. Is somebody also said to us on the jar video, the canning video we did, they were like, maybe if you don't hoard all that food and you actually stop living like it's the apocalypse. I'm like, settle down, Beavis. Okay. We live in the country. Nancy. It takes the 30 minutes or so to get to the store. If I need to get something and I can't get it from my mother-in-law, I got to make sure I have it here.
I mean, we've had days where we get snowed in and we haven't even seen another human being for 8 or 9 days. And then you still have to wait for the roads to get plowed.
Yeah.
If I don't have a surplus of food, I can't just live off of oyster crackers and Vienna sausages. I mean,
yeah.
Let's have some mayonnaise with that.
Yeah, you got to have the condiments.
The condiments. And it's a great way to store the condiments. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There you go. Well, it is at 10 o'clock and we've got to wrap it up. I am like so thankful. I am so thankful. You accepted the invite and you would show your beautiful face. I'm glad that you didn't bruise your face. You can't bruise the moneymaker.
I still have knots in it. It's
so
oh my
weird.
Gosh. Those are called cheekbones.
That's a cute cheekbone.
There's a knot. There's a knot right here. And I had a knot up here for the longest time. Anyway, so before we go, 3 things. I will be putting out a recipe video this week.
Oh, nice.
Lots of fun. And I am going to do a little intro video for something that I have reached out to Monica, and Monica has agreed to do a little bit of a
I have no idea what it is.
Collab, but we're going to do something together on a topic that my son really thinks that I need to delve into. And I know that Monica is the person to bring on board for that because I know she would get me on it.
I agreed, but I have no idea what it's about. She's like, will you do something? I'm like, sure, I will. She could be asking me to help bury a body. I'm helping her. It is what it is.
That's next week.
Got it. And what was your third thing?
Oh, what is the third thing? So the recipe.
Oh, the recipe.
Promo about what my topic is.
Oh, okay.
Question about it, and then I'm going to follow up with you. And
okay.
I might invite a couple other people for a couple more follow-ups on the topic.
I like
it. Think it's an important topic.
There you go. Well, there you go. Well, that's cool. So everybody go check out Alicia. Go check out her channel. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. Make sure that you check out her Etsy page and click the little heart thing so she gets a little notification. And that way you can see when she's posting Etsy stuff and when she's posting on her channel and all of it.
They're the best chicken aprons ever.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. And if you have a Facebook page, check her out on Facebook and then share the pattern because it's really cool to see people find things. You never know who's looking for things like that, especially like Easter time and like this time of year when you're looking for Mother's Day. This would be great if you crochet to give to a mom.
Somebody crocheted that little apron for a little 12-year-old and they sent me the picture. It is so stinking adorable. I didn't share it because she's only 12.
Yeah.
So cute. Oh my gosh.
So well, cute. I am super excited you said thank you to come in. And honestly, I just want to say, who likes having amazing friends that are super handy
And famous.
and famous?
Farmers do.
And farmers' wives do. Thank you guys. Thank
I
you
love
so
you
much,
guys.
Alicia. I love you. Thank you so much for being in the chat tonight, everybody. Make sure you go check out Alicia. She's awesome, and you can't go wrong when you're following her, either on Facebook or YouTube or
Just
on
go
Etsy.
follow me to chase a truck. That's all I got
Just
to
go
say.
do it. She's got good stories too. Bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.
See ya.
Thank you, Alicia, so